ultimate purpose is not survival. It's finding purpose in what you love. I'm pumped to be branching out and being like, hey, we're going to sit down and have a couple-hour podcast. Is it?
Is it, dude?
Jesus Christ.
You just like talk for 5 minutes. I'm like, is it?
That I will change.
I've always been inspired by this shit.
Yeah. Dude, that pizza was so greasy.
It was disgusting.
It was not disgusting.
Disgusting.
Good Times Noodle Salad.
We're trying to get past it.
We'll get it. We'll get it
We're
straightened
getting
out.
there.
I'm a silly broad. We'll have fun.
We're getting there. By chemical means, because my neighbors are fucking dipshits here.
Fireball. All right, let's get this down by my
Cheers,
face.
lady.
Cheers, y'all. Thanks for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming.
Hell
out
yeah,
here.
I'm excited. I like doing this kind of stuff. Ooh, I'm breathy though. I gotta watch it. I'm a big puff my peas.
That's all right. It all gets fixed in editing.
True.
So spots. Yeah. I got a showcase on Tuesday at Ridley's.
Oh, nice.
That's exciting. I have not done that set as much as I would have liked to before I
Yeah.
do Ridley's Room.
Yeah.
You know, I went to one night stands last night and it got.
Oh, he's going to have a hard time focusing.
You need to get like a quilt that you can hang up on the door.
I'm going to get a sign that says, "Shut the fuck up, cunts." That's what I'm
Get
going
it
to
like
say.
on air. Shut up.
We
bitch.
have that we usually put out, and she was complaining about that sign being out there.
Yeah, we have a little sandwich board that says, "Shush, we're recording," with a picture of Jon Stewart with fingers on his lips. And she's like, "You're not going to put that in my area. We are not going to tell my customers to be quiet."
You should have. I would think there's some kind of thing you could do with your lease that you have rights to that space.
We do.
We did. And then our fucking dumbass landlord was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
"Oh, you can rent the entire hallway." And
I would definitely
that's not a problem at all.
push it that it's like, if we need to, we're going to take this to court because I want my like last month's rent because I have to move.
I'm
Don't
getting
fucking pay that.
the fuck out of here. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
tried
paying
calling
no
him
more.
before you got here. He did not answer.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I'm not surprised.
This
that he
whole
didn't
fucking
answer.
yeah, I'm fucking pissed. He fucked me over.
How long have you been here?
A few months.
Even with the prior room.
Yeah, a few months. We've been like 4 months now or something. And like I was really excited. Like when we first got here, Ashley from Hatchery Co. is super cool. She's got like a vendor store
I
basically.
saw the thing downstairs. That's that front, the window front that you
Yeah.
can see.
So she's she's cool as fuck. She's been super supportive and very helpful. And then John from the Bright Bargains, super cool.
Yeah.
But then Norm leases the hallway and it fucks me. And it's like, oh, and then
He also told her
fucking-
that he only record at night, which isn't true.
I'm gonna.
You gotta read the whole letter?
This is a fucking. First
do
of
a
all, I
quick,
use ChatGPT so much I know 100% that
Yeah.
this was generated
They
on
like
ChatGPT.
put in notes and then let it go.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just
like,
looking
all
for the
right,
word diligently or fucking.
I don't need a robot to tell
fostering.
me how to tell someone to fuck off.
But essentially, this fucking letter is basically saying that we'll have a productive working relationship.
Oh, I like the last line.
as neighbors,
It's so funny.
as long as we do what she wants.
I look forward to a positive relationship. What was the last line?
I truly appreciate your understanding. Blah, as we get the shop up and running, my preference is to resolve things directly and amicably without needing to involve the landlord. Thank you for cooperating. I look forward to a positive working relationship.
We've been here since December.
Everything in this letter says that we'll have a good working relationship as long as we do what she wants, which is basically we don't record until her store is closed, which is at 6 or 7 p.m. unless she has special events that go late into the night. So basically, I can't use my fucking studio because Norm is a fucking retard and leased the hallway.
I don't know if it's Norm, though, especially because she put, I don't want the landlord involved.
It's Norm. He's the one that fucking leased the hallway.
Okay.
He's an idiot. He's a fucking
Just
idiot.
to be money grubbing is gross. Like,
I mean, it's his
how
job.
much money? Yeah, but come on. You can't have this space is like cordoned off. Like, they know to just keep it over there.
Right. Well, she probably looked at it like, well, these little suites aren't going to handle my whole store.
Right.
how can I make this work? And it's like, well,
Pick
make the
a
whole
different
fucking
spot.
thing. But
What?
also, if you look, if
And
you
why
go
not downstairs? What's
if you
the
go
hallway
downstairs, it's kind of the same thing where like the entire hallway and all of the rooms off of the hallway are all a store. So it's like this is kind of the MO of the building, but to have a guy who records a podcast in the building and then tell a lady, yeah, you can. He's only ever here in the middle of the night. So she thinks everything's gonna be fine, and then we're here at like 3, 4, 5 p.m. and she's in the middle of
like
doing shit
yesterday,
here.
people here at 4:30.
Yeah.
And then there's just noise like.
Right. I mean, yesterday we actually got away with recording without much issues, surprisingly. But but in general, it's like hold on. You expect me to pay all of this money to rent this studio?
It's a lot of money.
And then I can only use it
Yeah.
when her store's not open, which is after 6 or 7 p.m. And then also if she doesn't have any special events going on.
So then do you get a good discount on your room?
I was
Because
that's what I was
you're not able to fucking use it?
I was literally going to tell him, hey, if I'm only allowed to use this for half the time, then I'm
you
paying
have to
half the fucking
That'd
rent.
be fine then, because comics are night people. Like, you could come in later, but
Right.
don't fucking pay what you're paying. It's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
happy.
crazy.
I'm not happy about this situation. I'm pissed about it. And I tell you what, like the more we talk about it, the less I want to blame her because all she's trying to do is protect her own
Well, and if
interests.
she didn't know that this was like a podcast studio, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you can just have the whole giant hallway.
Well,
but-
she did, but she was told that we're only here in the middle of the night by Norm. So Norm is just he's a fucking idiot, dude. He's a dumb fuck. And also, I have a huge bone to pick with him because we were here recording.
Right.
I put my kids in lawn chairs and had
Chilling
them
in
playing,
the hall.
chilling in the hallway,
Yeah, they're fine.
playing on their Switches. No big deal. Hey, if anything happens, come on in. And we're in the middle of talking. Who was here? Was that Nick?
Nick Stevens.
Nick Stevens. So we're talking, and then I'm just my 7 and 8-year-old are out there in lawn
There's
chairs,
some creeper
and then all of a
talking to
sudden I
him.
hear fucking shit and fucking god fucking shit and fucking blah blah, and I'm like, what is going on? So I run out there, and it's Norm, the landlord, running around screaming because
Acting that way with children.
because the fucking lights are on. Because he I don't know, drove by and saw that all the lights at the building were on. He called a maintenance guy who's a new guy who no one has met. The new guy comes here, starts yanking on door handles and shutting lights off, and the other store sees that on the security cameras, goes, what the fuck?
Somebody's breaking in.
Rushes up to the building and starts threatening to call the cops on him. He's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. You're
Yeah.
running around my business yanking on door handles. So then the three of them are screaming at each other in front of 2 little kids. So I go out there and go, what the fuck are you guys? What are you guys doing? And he's like, are you? And then he turns it on me and goes, are you shutting the lights off? I go, I'm fucking here. I'm fucking here.
You're
What are you
working.
talking about?
You're
The lights are
using
on because
their
I'm
space?
fucking here. This is why I have the podcast studio, because we're here recording. It's like 7:30, and he's swearing. And it's swearing and yelling in front of my son, who's 7. And my son goes, Dad, he's scaring me.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, I'm going to fucking
I
murder
would
him
choke
now.
this dude. Scaring
I was
my
so
kid.
pissed. I'm so pissed. And then he doesn't even... I understand getting... seeing red when you're in a conflict with somebody, like another adult.
No, but don't turn it on someone else. Like, you were
In
just here.
front of kids. And then you don't even have the class to be like, hey... That wasn't you guys.
Sorry,
It was, me and John were arguing.
Adults get into fights sometimes.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I shouldn't have been yelling in front of your kids. Like, no class. Hasn't fucking said a word to me. Won't answer my phone calls now. Fuck him. He's a bitch. I'll smack him in his fucking mouth next time I see
That
him. I
would have
swear to
been
God.
Don't do that.
insane, though, scaring little kids.
I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed. He fucked me over business-wise, and he scared my kids. So now I'm like, fuck you. I'm done with you. I will tarnish your name for the rest of fucking time. You're a piece of shit.
There's no excuse. And I don't know, man. I feel like that's something to pursue in litigation. Like,
I'm not gonna. And I'm just gonna leave, and I'm gonna tarnish
don't
the
pay
fuck.
your last month's rent.
No,
Cancel the card that it's on.
Well, that's the thing is that we paid first month's last month's,
Yeah.
so I paid him.
No, you
for
should get
March,
that money
and
back.
and I'm getting the fuck out of here, and that's it. That's. I'm just
crazy.
gonna. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed about this whole situation. The way it all shook out is fucking bullshit. And
Yeah.
you know what's funny is that I've been told in a million different ways that when you meet someone new and they fucking smile in your face, they're a piece of shit. And your instinct
There's-
is so the opposite. Of
Yeah,
that.
my brain doesn't work that way. I don't
You're
fuck
like, oh,
people over. I don't
someone's-
talk shit. Like
Yeah.
if someone's friendly towards me,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have that in my head to be like, we're cool.
Yeah. Right.
First
right.
nice.
Because it's
Yeah.
so counterintuitive to be like, oh, this guy's smiling and he's really
Yeah.
nice. He's fucking me
Yeah.
over right now.
I'm just
But
not
he was
good
the
at
nicest
that.
guy
Yeah.
on earth when we met him.
Oh, I bet.
And then he's
I
just
bet.
fucked us.
He's wheeling and dealing. He
Fucking
doesn't give a
douchebag.
shit.
Fucking douchebag.
It's-
Doesn't even have enough class to apologize for cursing somebody out in front of a 7-year-old, scaring the shit out of my 7-year-old, who, by the way, thought he wasn't allowed to come say something because he was like, I don't want to interrupt Dad's podcast. So he's just
Right.
sitting there scared
He's
shitless while a 6'3" grown man is swearing and screaming at the top of his lungs in front of him. Fucking scumbag,
I
dude.
would have been.
I was fucking seeing
Insane.
red. I was seeing red. I came in. I was like, dude, we gotta end the podcast. Like, I can't get past it.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking
like,
pissed
sorry,
off right
we
now.
got to do something else. I can't. Oh man, I don't have children, but I have that like psycho mom instinct of maternal instinct in my body that I'm like, I fucking great. Like, don't fuck around kids. It's not okay.
Yeah.
Scare a little kid.
To run around screaming and swearing in front of a little kid because the lights are on.
Yeah, and people are here at night. What the fuck do you think about? Like they want to
We're gonna be here in the dark.
they want to put you guys in here at night only, and then
Be mad when the lights are on here at night. Geniuses at this.
at what
fucking
time
building.
was it? Like 7 or 8
It was
o'clock?
7:30.
Yeah, it's not like it's fucking 4 in the morning and they think someone's breaking it, which they have it look like someone's fucking
Right, because they
breaking
send a
in.
new guy here, and John was like, why can't you text the tenants and say, hey, we're sending a
Are
maintenance
you there?
guy.
Or just send
We're
out a
s-
whole thing.
Say,
to
hey, we're sending a
everyone.
maintenance guy to shut the lights off. Just a heads up.
I would've
And
went
Norm goes,
nuts.
I'm not doing that. I'm not texting 30 different businesses. Wow.
You don't have a group chat to
You
or
can't
just
make a fucking
email everyone.
You can't send a group chat out. You know how much that takes? Zero fucking
4
effort.
fucking seconds.
Yeah. So I'm out of here. I'm done. We have like a soft commit to move to a different.
It just sucks to
Office
like
right
you have to
now.
move all your shit. Like you have it set up the way you like it.
Dude,
and-
I think that this space, if I could just like copy and paste it somewhere else, I
Yeah.
fucking love this office.
yeah.
But every time I come here now, I get fucking pissed
Yeah.
because of all the
Well,
bullshit
and that's
around
not
this.
good for any. You're trying to do a podcast and just have guests and stuff. Like
And then he's just
it's
mad
not
the whole time.
conducive. Yeah, that's not conducive to good good
Right.
podcasting, whatever. Like
Right. We should all be
So
like sitting
stupid.
here like, I mean, although like rage baiting is kind of like a fucking good thing for engagement,
Yeah.
but
you get talking, but
But I tell you what, like I want to come here and be like, dude, so
Yeah.
what's new with you?
Yeah.
Not be like this motherfucker and yeah, I mean, I want to come here and I want to feel joy when I come here. This should be like my little man cave. Like the fact that I come here and I'm this angry every time I come here, and I got fucking Guitar Hero right there. Like you know how bad like this is bullshit, dude. This
Yeah.
should feel like my little man cave, like my little bar or
Your
something, my
safe
basement
space.
or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And instead I come here and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, and
what's
you're
the
like-
new conflict today?
when you have kids, you can't have randos coming over. So it's not like you can just podcast in your basement. Like
Right.
your home
Right.
has to be a safe space, so you need something else exterior that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we used to do it at our house, but then once we started having guests, we were like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we can't do
Yeah,
it.
I would always be weird about people coming in and out of my house that I don't know, especially with kids. Like
Yeah.
I have pets, but that's something with like having parties or anything, and someone invites their rando friend, and I'm like, I don't fucking want some rando around my animals. I'd be like 10 times more psycho about a child, like
Yeah.
a human being.
Right. Yeah.
I would be super
It's.
nuts.
I wish that we could just do it out of the house. It'd be much more comfortable. Obviously,
Yeah.
we can control the conditions
Yeah.
way easier. But
Do you
that's
have
the thing.
like your garage suitable for it or no? Just
No,
a lot of the houses here, it's like a super tiny garage. Like yeah, it's not gonna work.
our house. I just can't do it. We have so many guests that it's just
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It's not safe.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
like randos knowing where you live. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing
No,
too. Is like if I have a
wouldn't do
guest,
that.
if I have a guest that I don't jive with, and then they get bitter, like they could fuck.
Yeah, or people get weird where they get very like vibrato on a mic, and then they're like, "Oh, I don't like what I said," and it's like, well, think about what the fuck you're talking about. Like what?
Yeah.
And then they're mad about something. They want you to like delete the whole episode or filter out a ton of the shit that they were talking.
That happens all the time. And
yeah,
I tell people right
get
away.
super weird about it, and it's
Yeah.
like, don't like. I don't know. I do I do a music podcast. It's a music history podcast, and it's just me and my 2 record dudes. But sometimes we get on a topic that I'm like, hey, guys, like, I'm cutting this because it's, like, political or something that I'm like, like, you know, I don't know. I don't want to put it
That's
in there.
not the
But when
vibe.
you have, like, random guests, it's like, have a fucking brain in your head about the shit you talk. Like,
Yeah. There's been a handful of episodes where I've started off by saying, like, hey, don't talk shit about your dad, because I'm not cutting it out.
Yeah. If somebody that you know is going to listen to it or could listen to it, like, maybe we say that off mic.
Yeah.
You know?
Me and my so this podcast started off with me and my brother, and he is he has a hard time being vulnerable without like
Getting gruff about, or
he has a hard time. Well, he will be vulnerable to
Right.
me,
Right.
But then he's like, "Oh, this is public," and then he's
Right.
a really hard time with that.
and he's like, you got to cut that. Don't.
Yeah, and it was like, "Hey, I'm not doing that. I'm not editing out."
Yeah.
And then sometimes I would edit out shit because he would take a. Oh God, there was a couple of times where he was trying to say that separating the art from the artist is something that should be necessary because there's so many great artists who are pieces of shit as people. But he took a very long time to land his plane, and I was like,
Yeah.
dude, it just sounds like you think Mel Gibson's like this shit, like this. So I had to cut that out.
He had a lot of good things to say.
I'm like, dude, he's like, he's such an
Yeah.
amazing director that it's like, it's almost
That's
okay
always
that he's
tricky.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, you always got to watch it because that's like, oh my gosh, that's that Chappelle bit. That's like, I don't know if Michael Jackson molested all those little boys, but I know damn sure that he made Thriller. Like, just stupid shit like that. But it's like, yeah, that's tricky
Is
because
he
I never want to stop listening to Michael Jackson, but now shit's changing with that. That's coming around full circle. That
Yeah.
like. That might have been shit with Epstein files, things that they were trying to get him in trouble, and it's all these fucking white hetero dudes that are raping children. Like, that's all crazy that's turning around. But yeah, the Mel Gibson thing is,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
who had the joke that like if you get one, was that
You gotta
was that-
watch it.
was
Yeah,
that Chris Rock?
yeah, that you like have to.
Like, you're so good,
Yeah.
like Michael's so good that he's allowed to.
Oh, that's like
he's
people
allowed one.
forgive that. Yeah. But that's all those kids.
That's fucked
like,
up.
It's
It's
so
a fucked up joke.
It's such a weird situation when he does have all these kids around, but all the famous kids, like Macaulay Culkin and all those dudes, like, they said he never ever did anything to them. And then you have people calling him that are like, my kid has cancer, he wants to come hang out with you. And it's like, you want your child to go hang out with a adult man alone, and then you're going to sue him for millions of dollars? Like,
Yeah.
all right, that's on the parents too. Like, that's a really fucked up situation. But the other one that sucks is, like, I love Kevin Spacey. Love Kevin Spacey. So
do
many
too.
fantastic films. Brilliant, like, impressionist. Have you ever heard him doing impressions of people? He's brilliant.
No.
And that, like,
I was trying to fact check myself on that
you're
joke.
good.
Sorry.
You're good. Oh, you're fine. Whatever. I don't care.
I didn't
Give it a
find it.
goog, man. Give it a goog. I don't care. He did this film. Did you ever see Beyond the Sea? It's about Bobby Darin. He wrote it, directed it, acted, sang in it, and it's like fucking incredible. And then all this shit comes out where he's a creep, and I'm like, fuck. Like,
Yeah.
can't you just be cool, man? Like, god
yeah.
damn
It
it.
always happens. Like,
It
I feel
sucks.
like
I hate that so
with
much.
any musicians that I like get into, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
now we're
Kevin Spacey was one of my favorite actors.
Oh,
He's
brilliant.
like, he had that. Do you remember the movie? he had?
K-Pax?
K-Pax
I
was
fucking
insane.
love
It's
K-Pax.
so good.
Yeah.
The Usual Suspects, amazing.
Brilliant.
And then he had one about the death penalty where they did this like ritual on film to like prove that the death penalty was an inherently flawed thing. It was an amazing
what it
movie.
was.
Yeah, God, I wish I remember that. Well, if only we had the
You
power.
can look it up.
But the
He did this really weird one that was like, what the fuck is the name of it? It's like Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil or something like that. And that's a really random one, but that's such a good one. And it's like a really early Jude Law movie. And they have this super famous
The Life
drag queen in it.
The Life of David Gale. That's
Oh, I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
sorry, I don't want to derail you.
No, you're
but-
good. No, that's such a bummer that he just ends up like. There was this weird clip after he got accused of everything, and my fiance was super into House of Cards, and that's when they like kill him off, and then they show this clip of him on what was inside the actor's studio. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, when I do my acting classes, I really go for the quiet kid. I like the one that's sitting in the back of the room and this and that. And I was like, it sounds sweet when he says it, but then you think about
In
it, you're like,
hindsight.
this is so fucked.
Oh,
like,
he's
this
grooming.
is such a...
It seemed endearing, but it's actually grooming.
It's such a scary, like, it'll give you chills if you watch it in a different context of, like, being aware of situation. But
Yeah. But also the like cancel culture had went so far that people were getting canceled for shit that's like like the Aziz Ansari situation where essentially he goes on a first date, the girl gives him head, and then she regrets it.
Yeah, then she's gonna come after him,
and then
he's fucking loaded,
and then shuts down his career because she regretted it. Like like what? Hold on. Okay, like not only is it that's a loaded. You have a loaded agenda there, but also you're diminishing people who have like real fucking trauma that they dealt with. Like,
that's what's scary when it's like you want to believe all women. Like I'm a broad, obviously. Like I want to believe all women, and shit's happened to me, but it's like the ones that fucking exaggerate or change change the narrative to be the victim. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like you're part of the fucking problem just as much as creeper dudes are.
Right.
Where like you're creating this where people don't fucking believe
it undercuts the reality of actually traumatic encounters.
I love Prairie Home Companion. Do you ever listen to that? That's such a doofy like NPR. It was an NPR show, and it's Garrison Keillor did this show for like fucking 25 years on NPR.
That's the guy that hosts
Prairie Home Companion. Wait, don't tell me. Yes.
Okay, so he has another show. I didn't know he had another show.
Prairie Home Companion is this like cute, wholesome as fuck show where they're like, oh, we're coming live from Lake Woebegone, and they do all these goofy little like stories and interstitials, and the band's on, and there's like a dude who does sound effects and shit. Like that's the one dude's job, and it's so cute and wholesome. And then there was something that they filmed that this broad had a really like low cut in the back dress, and Garrison's like dancing with her, but his hands like down on her back. And she's like, oh, he fucking touched me and this, that, and the other. And it's like, it's on film.
Yeah.
Like, you had this dress on. He didn't fucking grab your ass. He's not grabbing your tits. Like, what the fuck? And it's like one of the most wholesome, like, things in the universe. And then they're going to accuse this dude and they cancel it. And then they try to come back out, redo it with somebody else. And it never worked. And it's like, that was that dude's show for fucking like 25 years, and then you're going to be like, oh, this one broad that wanted to get loud and mad about something that was so harmless.
I tell you what, though, I loved NPR. I loved NPR, but they created their own environment. Like they created...
It's too woke.
They created their own... I stopped listening to NPR.
Yeah. Same.
A specific episode. I was listening to Terry Gross.
Okay.
And she had a transgender female on.
Yeah.
So she had transitioned from male to female.
Correct. Yeah.
But she was explaining that she lives on this spectrum where she goes back and forth day to day.
Yeah, gender fluid
and sometimes
stuff.
hour to hour.
Yeah.
And during the interview, she's like, I just switched back. I'm a male again. I'm a female.
Yeah.
Again. Like within like a 25-minute interview. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is getting so weird. I can't do this. Like
I want to accept all that and be like, okay, cool, whatever. But then people take it and weaponize it. Where like my fiance teaches, and he had a student like that, and he's teaching college, and he has a couple hundred students at a time, and people expect you to remember their name. It's like, he doesn't fucking remember like friends' names.
Yeah.
And that was this person that was gender fluid that was like going back and forth, and then he didn't use the one name the one day, and it's like, well, I don't fucking, like, you have to tell me. And he's totally cool. He's cool. Like, we have a ton of gay friends. We have trans friends. He's never a problem about anything like that. He's super cool, but this person just wanted to be a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the same with the women causing shit. Like, you're part of the problem of why a lot of people aren't going to get...
of it.
Right. And that's why people who like dig their heels in on weird shit like that, that's the opposite side, is going to be so fucked up towards anyone else who's like just living their life.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
just
that's-
living their
yeah,
fucking
that's the
life,
thing.
and they're going to get shit on or hate crimed because some fucking idiot is going out
Right.
of their way to be an asshole.
Well, exactly. That's the thing.
So
like,
frustrating.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen like rage baiting on purpose,
Mm-hmm.
transgendered TikTokers, like going out in public and like looking for
just
something,
trying
just looking
to
for
stir up
conflict.
shit. Yeah.
And you're like, what do you do? Like, these are just like people who are like waiters who like, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I get it. Like, I feel like I have to say a caveat because I look like a certain kind of guy. Like
He's not an insurrectionist, okay? He wasn't at January 6th. Leave him alone.
I'm not.
Leave
I'm
him
like,
alone.
listen. I was a
His first baby mama was black. Leave him alone.
2% black.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, by the way, I
Oh,
had to,
she was 2%.
dude. I had to call.
She's
I had to-
Dominican.
I had dude, I had to call her because I was like, Paige was like,
He
hey,
kept-
you keep saying this. Is she black? And I was like, I think so.
Was she Puerto Rican?
She's
she-
Indian.
So I called her. What was that, yesterday?
Yeah.
I called her yesterday, and I go, hey, are you black and Indian? And she goes, I'm like 2% black. I'm like, you're
What?
2% black?
Was she like the super dark Indian where
Oh,
they
she's
look black?
trashy
Yeah,
Indian.
yeah.
Yeah,
One
she's
of our
Bengalese.
friends that's around the comedy community is like so dark that people think he's black all the time, and I'm like, no, dude, like he's Indian,
Yeah.
like he's fucking Hindu. Like
I tell you what, like,
people get funny with that. They just think like, oh, this dark skinned person's obviously black, and
Right.
it's like, no, they could be Dominican, they could be like Puerto Rican or whatever the fuck else that's like could be dark.
Yeah.
So it's so funny.
so that's my defense of myself.
Yeah.
In this situation is that
You went Roseanne where you're like, I thought the bitch was
I thought
white.
she was Jewish. She looks like me. No, I fucking no. There was no drugs involved. It's just me being dumb.
Oh, man.
No, okay. So my defense of
Yeah.
this is that okay. So my ex is dark,
Right.
and she's got she was adopted by a white woman.
Okay.
She's raised in America from like 3 years old on,
Okay.
right? So she's got an American accent,
Yeah.
almost a Valley Girl accent.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So she just looks like looks
Yeah.
like a black girl who's got like long wavy hair. Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
And I would argue that she presents as African American way before she presents as Indian. Like in the vein of like how her and I were perceived when we were a couple,
Right.
was a black and white couple, not
Right.
an Indian and white couple. Like she doesn't
so
look
funny.
Indian to me at all.
Yeah.
She like when I think of like an Indian, like what would like a stereotypical Indian woman look like?
Right.
It's like a light brown skin,
Mm-hmm.
sharp features, like sharp
Yeah.
nose, sharp chin. My ex does not look like that at all. I'm gonna show you a picture of my ex just to fucking
to prove your point.
just to validate myself a little bit, because a lot of the times I was telling these stories in the vein of like what it was like to be in an interracial relationship, or like
Yeah.
having like racist.
Well, if you were up in where were you originally? Like Holly, or where'd you say you were from?
We grew up in Waterford, and then we moved. We did move
Okay,
to Hollywood.
still very, very white though. Like
Yeah.
very white. Yeah.
But like me and Chris Harvey and me and Stephen Lally talked about specifically, like I present a certain way. So I'm sitting
Right.
at a bar alone, and some dipshit wearing like a NASCAR jacket's like, oh fuck, look what just walked in. And it's
Right.
like black people. It's like, oh, those are my friends. I'm going to hang out with
I'm
them.
literally waiting for them.
But like I
Yeah.
look like the guy, like because I was in an interracial relationship. When people would see me without that, I started to pay attention to, oh, you think I'm safe to be ignorant
Racist
to.
toward- yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
you think I'm one of you.
Oh yeah,
Because I
some
look,
of the shit that people say to you, like you're another white person, and they think it's okay to say shit to you, like
by the way, I'm Lebanese and Irish. Like,
yeah.
So, like-
you're one of those sleeper cells because some Lebanese will have red hair, so it's like yeah. That's my. I call her my sister-in-law. My brother and her aren't married, but she's my sister-in-law. Whatever.
she actually looks light in that
Oh
in that
yeah,
picture.
yeah. She looks lighter, but definitely you could think that
She's
yeah.
actually darker than that
Yeah.
picture looks.
But my sister-in-law is Palestinian, and her
shit,
one nephew is one of the sleeper cell redhead with hazel eyes, Middle Eastern.
Hell yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's funny though. But yeah, I've had shit said to me by other white people that I'm like, I had somebody the other day that was like asking me all these questions about doing stand up, and he's like, "Oh, do you just say the N-word on stage?" And I'm like, "No."
Why the fuck would I?
And he's like, "Well, why can't you? They say it all the time, blah blah blah." And I was like, I don't fucking say that anyway. Like
I don't
that's
say that
like
at all.
such a fucked up thing.
I only
ask
say that
someone.
in traffic. Why would I say that on stage?
And I was like, I don't even say that during rap songs, dude. And he just was like, well, why not? Blah, blah, blah. And it was just so funny shit that people think and like shit that people say to you. Like where I've done a bunch of the like black room, like quote unquote black rooms where you're in like Punchline or somewhere or
Quiches.
like, yeah. And I've had like white people say shit to me and we're literally in the fucking room. And I'm like, why the fuck are you here? Like, why do you come
to the black room?
Mind-boggling that people do this shit in comedy. That I'm like, what kind of sociopath are you to like? It's so frustrating. I don't know, it's so crazy.
We both know a comic that I would love to talk about off mic. That
there's a couple around that are like, holy shit! It just,
dude. I was told that. I probably shouldn't even fucking say this on the podcast.
Yeah, do it off
Just
mic.
say it
Don't
off.
say
Well, okay, this isn't that bad. I was told that I would have to pay to play a black room, and I wouldn't be put up until the very end of the night because it's a black room and they treat us differently. And then I went to that black room, and they were the most loving
Nice
and welcoming
and supportive.
people.
Yeah,
it felt like I
like
walked into
literally.
my aunt's house. Like it was like the most loving people that I've ever. Like I didn't know any of the people at that black room.
For sure.
And I
For
walk in,
sure.
and it's like, "Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You want something to drink?
Yep.
Come hang out." And it
come
was
on
like,
in. What song do you want to walk up to?
for
What are
real.
you? What are you
It was
doing? What
literally
is?
that welcoming,
Yeah.
and that guy had preloaded my mind
Come
to be
back, come
defensive.
back, please come back. Like
Literally texting me.
It's so fucking
Literally,
great when
the owner of that room.
Mm-hmm.
I should just say Keisha. I called Keisha to confirm that she was doing the mic.
right.
She called me on accident, like called me
Oh,
back
fun.
and
Yeah.
meant to call a different Matt.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, hey, while I got you, are you going to come every Wednesday? You got to
Yeah.
come every Wednesday."
Nice.
And then we
Yeah.
talked for like a half hour.
Ah,
I met her
yeah.
for like 5 minutes at her mic.
Yeah.
The nicest woman on earth.
Yeah.
But I was getting preloaded with
Oh,
information
people
that
see, and I'm like, no, it's you, not
Yeah.
every like not every white person. It's like you're a problem.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. We're gonna charge this asshole to be here.
that's crazy. We're not in New York where they charge you like $5 to do a mic. That's not how anything is.
Right.
That's so
Dude,
crazy.
I after listening to Rogan, I'm putting myself in a box, dude.
You were trying to get yourself out of it by
Fuck
saying
it.
you look a certain way, but you aren't. Now you're listening to Rogan.
I've listened to Rogan for like fucking 11 years. I
Yeah. Yeah.
tell you what, I don't accept the narrative that he's this scumbag. He's such an accountable, good guy. But
He was really good on Fear Factor. Really nice guy.
He pushes back.
I liked him on talk radio.
yeah, news radio back in the day.
Yeah, news radio.
He honestly, if you listen to his podcast and or hear about his reputation with the way he treats people that are in his life, he's a really
Yeah.
good dude.
Yeah.
It's just he pushes back on these like on
Crazy,
these talking points.
yeah, these crazy things and like
and people don't like that. You can't talk back about the narrative. Don't push back on the narrative about COVID or
yeah,
this or that.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
some of the ideas he gets in his head that he holds on to that I'm like, buddy, like,
Yeah, I
fucking
mean-
read a scientific journal, like.
there's some weird shit for sure.
But I will listen if it's like Joey Diaz, fucking one of the best guests that ever does Rogan.
Yeah.
I always do like when Duncan Trussell's on. Like,
I
there's a few
love
people that I
Duncan.
really do like to listen to that'll go on that I'm like, all right. Or what was the other show he was doing with Ari and Normand and
Oh, protect our
Protect
parks.
Our Parks. And
Yeah.
I'll listen to that kind of shit
Yeah.
with him. But I'm like, some of the shit that he just like digs his heels in on that I'm like, buddy, like, did you even graduate college? Like, you don't have a biology degree to be talking shit or like
Yeah.
agreeing with a bunch of crazy things. So
Yeah,
some of that-
there's some health stuff
Yeah.
that like RFK gets on there, and I'm like, well, first of all, RFK, I can't listen to him talk, but he says some insane shit.
Sounds like he's like drinking gravel while he's talking. Like, your throat sounds like a garbage
Dude,
disposal.
were you
Like,
the
what
one that?
fuck?
Did you have the joke about RFK having the brain worm? Was that you?
Maybe. I don't have a bit, but I could have talked shit on it. If
No,
somebody
someone
else
had a full on bit about
Oh,
it.
okay. If somebody else said something and then I went up and was like fucking brain parasites, like I'll go off on it, but I don't have a
Damn it.
specific bit
Oh,
about
I
it.
wish I don't want to blow
I
up
think
someone's
that's what it was. Like
I'll probably if
I don't wanna
if
blow up
somebody
some-
else said something and then I went up and talked shit
No, I think it was. No, they had a full-on bit about. I don't want to blow up anyone's premise.
Yeah, because if somebody says something and I'm like,
It was like I don't want to fuck up the premise. God, I wish I remember who it was.
Especially if it's an open mic. Like, if you saw me at One Night Stand say something where it's like I riff off of somebody else and I'm like, nah, like this fucker.
Yeah. No, it was a full-on, like, 2 or 3 minute bit about it.
No.
Yeah, God, I don't want to blow up the premise, though. But it was a great premise.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, I'll talk
About
shit on
RFK.
something, but I wouldn't.
And his brain worm. Apparently, that's why his voice sounds the way it was, because he had a brain parasite.
Oh,
I don't know.
think
Whatever.
He is a parasite.
He just is one.
No,
wild.
dude, this is the thing. Dude, he did so much good work as a lawyer, and then he just got fucking weird.
Dude, we're in a fucking, like, the timeline we're in right now feels like we're living in an Onion article. Is it thundering outside? They're rolling shit by.
Just because they know we're
I
here.
hope they're rolling her body out.
Jesus, Matt.
I feel like we're fucking in an Onion article, though. It's such a bizarre time to be alive.
The Onion is
Like-
the Onion can't write anything that's stranger than fucking
Literally-
reality.
Yeah, literally can't write something that's more.
The Onion should put out
ridiculous.
headlines that say like RFK says something reasonable. Like that would be fucking hilarious, you know? RFK makes a good point that is based in actual science. That should be an Onion fucking headline.
RFK gives up eating roadkill. Like, what?
RFK, the pinnacle of health, eats McDonald's burgers with fucking Trump, you know? Geniuses.
Chugs a bottle of red dye number 40.
Dude, watching RFK get into a fucking cold plunge with jeans on with Kid Rock was the most
Psychotic.
asinine shit I've ever
Dude.
seen in my life.
Kid Rock, that's somebody else who's a fucking
I com-
joke. Like, he's a caricature of a human being. It's so crazy.
I commented on that video of them, and I was like, they definitely fucked after this, right?
Yeah, that was real
Dude,
romantic.
the hate that we got. I was like, all right, let me delete this. I don't
was
want to deal with
pretty-
this pushback.
Yeah, that's weird. Like,
That was the weirdest propaganda I've ever seen in my life. Like Kid Rock is the
Yeah.
pinnacle of health. The guy from
Especially-
fucking Taylor that's probably been on Suboxone for 40 years.
the guy that grew up in Romeo with, like, rich parents that was never in the ghetto, never poor.
Is he from Romeo? I thought
Yeah.
he was from fucking Taylor.
No.
He's from
No.
and then he
From
lives in
Romeo.
Clarkston now or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
our
he has
friend
like a
grew up-
multi-million-dollar home in Clarkston, and he's like never was poor.
Our
My friend
grew
was
up with him.
best friends with his kid, and like didn't know that his dad was Kid
It
Rock.
was just Mr.
Oh, that's
Mr.
funny.
Robbie. or
Yeah.
Mr.
whatever.
Richie.
Yeah,
Richie.
she knew him as Mr. Richie, and he would like pick her up from
Funny.
school. She had no idea,
Yeah,
and then
oh my god,
like the kid ended up he was like getting bullied or something because of who his dad was, and he ended up moving schools, and she was like really sad, like, oh, my friend's leaving, and she didn't realize it until like after he left that
wow.
that was his dad.
It's actually insane that he was getting bullied in Clarkston, where everyone is a conservative twat.
Yeah, and money. Like most of the neighborhood around there is like good money.
I don't know
But
if it was like bullying or if like I remember her saying that people would like walk up and try to take pictures with him and like get his
yeah.
autograph and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That'll
when he pick her
happen
up
for
from
sure.
school or something.
No, the kid. They were,
Yeah,
they were trying to
with
take
the
pictures with the
kid?
kid.
Just
Yeah.
because his dad is
I
Kid
thought you
Rock.
meant like he's picking them up from school.
like, Kid Rock, let me take a fucking selfie. You know? God, that'd be
No, he
annoying.
grew up in Romeo, and his family owned like a fucking Cadillac dealership or some shit. Like that
really?
was never.
I got it.
You check this
gotta
out.
fact
Check
check
out the Richie family. Like that was not him ever being poor, not him ever being fucking.
We had
like-
the same reaction because I opened up my phone and my ex was still up there. We both went,
Oh, you had a visceral. you both literally had like a weird visceral reaction to it. I heard some of your shit on one of the other shows that I'm like, oh god, she's not a nice person. But,
oh my God.
oh well.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole.
I
Ooh,
stopped.
I don't want to hit you.
Oh, you're good, dude.
There we go.
I stopped doing those bits
Yeah.
because that absolutely divides
Yeah,
the room.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
William Harvey had a great point about it. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you're taking for granted that people, first of all, know that you're a good person.
Yeah.
And they want to support your fucked up ideas. Like, he's like, you're going up there, you're doing these horrible bits, and you're
Yeah.
expecting the audience to be on your side. All they hear is that you're punching down on the mother of your children.
True,
You just sound like a
yeah.
scumbag.
A person of color.
That too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's always tricky. Yeah.
Fuck, was I? Oh, did
Kid Rock
Yeah.
grew
Kid
up
Rock's
in Romeo.
family.
own a car dealership?
Oh.
And did he grow up wealthy? This episode brought to you by ChatGPT, which drives everyone nuts for some fucking reason. Yes, with some nuance. Kid Rock Did Kid Rock's family own a car dealership, and did he grow up wealthy? Yes, with some nuance. Kid Rock's background. Kid Rock grew up in Romeo, Michigan. His father, William Bill Ritchie, owned and operated multiple car dealerships, including a Lincoln Mercury franchise in Detroit metro area. Was he wealthy? He was not old money rich or celebrity level wealthy, but he also was not poor or struggling. His dad owned and operated multiple dealerships.
Yeah, give me a fucking break about what kind of money they had.
He grew up in a fairly comfortable upper middle class suburban
Look up
environment.
his childhood home. Give that a Google. Give that a chat GPT.
Kid Rock's
That's a
childhood home.
You can just find this shit.
6,500 square foot. 5,600 square foot colonial style estate on 5.5
If it's called a
acres.
fucking estate, you didn't grow up poor, asshole. Like, what a fucking asshole. I just can't stand Kid Rock.
This
What a
is
piece
for my
of
heroes
shit.
in the methadone clinic. He's, like, he's writing this from his fucking 3,000
Yeah,
square
your
foot
family
bedroom.
had money to put you in a fucking methadone clinic, you piece of shit. Fuck off. That guy, going from like, oh my gosh, when he was like in his rap bullshit era and he was all hard, and then he goes into like country bullshit.
Yeah. Dude, I
I can't with pop country shit, dude. That fucking makes my skin crawl.
Bo Burnham
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Pandering? He came out with a song shitting on like the arena country, and it's perfect. He's just like he nails it. He nails
Yeah.
every like fill in the blank fucking ad lib country song. He's like dirt road, pickup truck, a pretty girl, a starry night,
dog,
a dirt
a beer.
Yeah, literally. I think he literally says that in that
Dude.
order.
That shit. Oh.
Yeah, he nails it, and the whole song, the chorus is "I'm pandering," like,
Yeah.
and it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's perfect. It is a
that's
perfect
good.
synopsis of all of the, like, in the '90s we had the fucking boy bands that were all pandering, engineered bullshit.
Dude, that's creepy shit. If you ever look into any of that, like I can't think of the fucker's name, but the main guy that was like recruiting all those kids to be in the boy bands, and what a fucking creep. Like, if you look into that, that's a whole fucking other
and what he was
like
a creep,
whole.
like
He's just a creep that he's like getting these. They were kids. And he's getting these young dudes to be in these boy bands. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, this guy is a fucking piece of shit. Like,
I do remember watching like a short documentary about NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and 98 Degrees.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the guys who was involved was like, we're so clever. We're like, we got a flavor for every kind of girl. And I was like, that is the
Ew.
grossest
So
thing.
gross.
I don't remember who
So
said
gross.
that, but I remember being specifically grossed out by that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're talking about like
Little girls.
Little girls.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm
we got,
38, so I'm like the perfect age for that bullshit to like take effect. And that just thinking about people like, yeah, we're gonna get these little girls tingling down there. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, so gross. Those dudes are so creepy.
I've never watched that one about the boy bands.
How old are you guys?
32.
Yeah. So you're a little young for like, you're still in that timeline of like, but you were a boy too. But I was
Lou
like
Pearlman. Is that
being
right?
30. That could be. Yeah, that might be.
Is it?
I'm 29, but I was obsessed with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, you had him solo. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
your
that's definitely
timeline.
the
Insane.
guy.
I
You got the tail end in sync then.
they were my first
That's definitely
concert
the guy.
when I was 7. That was my first
fuck.
concert.
All right. Yeah, that's why my first one. I saw the Backstreet Boys at St. Andrew's Hall, and Destiny's Child opened for them.
Wow.
That's
At
fucking
St. Andrew's
cra-
Hall?
Literally St. Andrew's Hall. Like, isn't that fucking crazy? Like, I saw Beyonce before she was Beyonce. Like, that's fucking crazy to think about. But I'm like, my uncle was a weirdo. Like, now that I think back on it, that like this isn't an actual like blood uncle. It's like my family friend that would be like, I'll take the girls to concerts and stuff. And I'm like, now it seems unwholesome. But we did. We
Yikes.
saw fucking Backstreet Boys. I saw Christina Aguilera with him and like Britney Spears with him, and I'm like thinking back on it that I'm like, why is this like 30-something-year-old dude wanting to go to these like little girl shows? Not great.
Okay, so Lou Pearlman,
That sounds
it's definitely
right.
him.
Yeah,
Once I
that
looked up
sounds
his,
right.
so Lou Pearlman had a long list of controversies way beyond just shady contracts. Here are the big ones. Financial scams.
He's screwing all those people over.
He ran one of the largest Ponzi schemes in U.S. history, created fake companies and sold bogus investments, stole over $300 million from investors, got caught in the mid-2000s, was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Exploiting boy bands, groups like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC accused him of paying them shockingly little despite massive success, structuring contracts so he took huge percentages as both manager and band member, misleading them about how much money the groups were actually making. This led to lawsuits from multiple artists. He claimed business assets that didn't exist, faked financial statements to appear extremely wealthy and legitimate, and used success of his bands to lure in more investors. The legal outcome, he pleaded guilty in 2008, ordered to repay hundreds of millions of dollars, which most of was never recovered, and he died in prison in 2016. He wasn't just a shady manager. He was basically built the boy band empire of the 90s while simultaneously running a massive financial con.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, they
Very Harvey Weinstein of him. He's fucking creepy.
Yeah, he's like He's the Harvey Weinstein of the fucking music.
Yeah, it's wild to think about.
Well, I guess Harvey Weinstein was like mostly sexual. I don't think he I don't know if he ripped off anyone financially. But he definitely exploited women.
Yes.
But I don't know. Yeah,
what a fucking crazy thing to get into though, that time in the 90s of all the boy bands, and then you had like Spice Girls and shit going on, and then you had Britney Spears and like Christina Aguilera and all these people that they're just fucked up. Like Britney Spears is
as a person.
Is Christina Aguilera normal?
I think she had trouble, but she's good. Like she's okay.
She's all right now.
Yeah, I think she had a lot of shit going on though for a while.
As a guy who's gotten, I'm in my 30s. Is that on?
I see a red light.
Okay, all right, cool. I normally turn the lens out.
Oh,
I was like, oh shit!
Flip your little flippy out.
Yeah,
that one's out.
That's how I can see that.
It's on. The red light's on.
Right on. Okay, that scared me for a second.
All right, start over.
Fuck.
People rolling shit around.
Damn it.
God, don't get him started again.
As a guy,
I think they're doing it on purpose now.
For real, he's gonna start fucking doing jumping jacks right outside of the window. Be like, "This is my store." As a guy in his 30s, though.
Yes.
Who I have a 13-year-old son.
Yes.
12-year-old son, almost 13, and looking back, okay, this is a weird idea that I've been like flirting with. I might want to do a bit about it, but like when you're growing up and something is in the media, you think that's just like how the world has always been.
Right.
It's like, oh, Britney Spears is a star. I'm 8 years old. Britney Spears is a star right now. It feels like she's always been a star. But now that I'm in my 30s and have a kid who's coming up on his teenage years, I'm like, this is the weirdest shit ever. Like to get a 15-year-old girl and make her a fucking superstar and make her hypersexual, put her in pigtails and a fucking halter top and a short skirt.
And her
she's
little
like,
skirt and like have her like blast her legs open while she's on stage and like
wearing leotards and stuff. And like, it's the weirdest shit in the world to me. Like who is your target audience? Because I don't think it's
why were her parents okay with that shit that like, oh, they're gonna make a ton of money off of it and now their kid's fucking mental. Dude, and she had to sue, like her dad was controlling everything for her and she had to sue him. Like,
well, she
crazy.
I think she's got some real mental health issues. I mean, if you see any of the videos of her fucking around at her house after
with the knives.
After she got removed, like she got taken off of the conservatorship or whatever, conservatorship.
Yeah.
It's like maybe she should have been under one because she seems fucked up, man. I don't know.
Yeah, she's not doing great.
I think handling fame for anyone. If you got famous at 50, I think it'd be hard.
Like stars, any of the actors, like
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, hers is so fucking sad. Hers is so all those fucking kids that were involved with Nickelodeon and that all those people with Nickelodeon are fucking great. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh! And I think about those like '80s movies kids that were famous. That's like. Oh, what the fuck? Corey Feldman? Like Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, and like Corey Feldman is
fucked, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah.
By the way,
crazy.
We need to bring back bullying specifically for Corey Feldman. Him going on a
so-
fucking music tour and just bullshitting on the guitar, pretending to be soloing, is the most infuriating thing on earth to me.
It's so it suits his outfits. Oh my gosh. Do you ever listen to the Bonfire talking about him?
No.
Oh my gosh, it's Big J. Okerson and Robert Kelly's show, and it's on Sirius. But holy shit, the stuff, and they'll go see him. They'll like go live, and I'm like, oh my god, it's
I love Big J. Okerson.
He's coming. You need to go see him. Ridley's. Buy tickets right away because he's going to be at Ridley's August 20th and 21st or something. You need to grab those.
Yeah.
Because that's going to sell out quick.
Yeah.
He's
love Big J. Okerson.
He's the biggest sweetheart. I love him. He's awesome.
I wouldn't describe him as a sweetheart when he's on stage.
He doesn't sound nice, but he really in person he is because I've met him a bunch of times and he's great. He is really sweet.
Paige used to have this bit that she thought stand-up comedy is just the cringiest
I heard you talk
shit.
about this, but especially
He calls it a bit, but it wasn't a bit.
I know. I heard you talk about this because I
Wasn't a
listened to a
bit.
couple episodes, but that it circled back to being a bit, but it's not. Where you
It's
just
not.
really genuinely felt like
I genuinely hated comedy. I couldn't. It was so cringy to me.
I think if you are newer to comedy and then you only see TikToks and shit, and you're like, why the fuck is this person just everything's crowd work? But they're only posting shit that went well. They're not posting crowd work that went horrifically sideways.
No, it was just I hated the fact that people were on stage trying to be
make
funny.
people laugh.
Yeah.
It's not for everybody. I mean, it's definitely not a thing for everybody. And then it's like, I don't know. It's such a funny, and not everybody's good at it.
Right. I like it now.
Yeah.
I think Big J is the first real famous comedian that you started watching. You were like, this, you were actually
He's so
dying
good.
laughing.
Yeah. He's
But
so good.
I tried to show her. I was washing the dishes, and I was listening to Shane Gillis's Netflix special, and I was crying laughing just because it was before all the memes about the grilled cheese shit. I went into it raw. I didn't know what was coming.
What's happening.
And my God, I was crying. I was like, I gotta pause. She's like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, dude, okay, I'll save this for later.
So good.
So I finished doing what I'm doing, and then I'm like, all right, let's sit down and watch this. And immediately he starts making retard jokes, and Paige works in special ed, so she's just like, Phew.
That's tricky. That's all the time I've been doing stand up, I've only said retard on stage twice, and I don't like it. I use it, and it's I kind of wish I didn't say it, but there's been a couple situations where I call somebody out in the crowd, and I'm like, these fucking people, But I get it. I get the working in special ed, and then you have somebody. But he also he has somebody in his family that he's worked for the Special Olympics and shit. It's not him being an asshole, because there are some people that are fucking
Just doing it to be an
gross
asshole.
about it.
Yeah.
It's him.
Yeah.
It's him pointing out that people who are overly empathetic about it are
But
phony.
it's weird. Yeah, woke white women shit where they're going to be mad about someone saying it. And it's all right, well, unless someone's truly being a fucking piece of shit about it, it's not. I have such a difficult time because I did my minor in French. So, en retard is you're saying retard, but it's meaning late. It's not fucking insulting, but it's such a tricky area that you're in.
Yeah.
It's
complicated to navigate that successfully.
Shane has this bit that he goes into this whole thing. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but he's like, I look like the #1 sleeper agent at the Special Olympics. Have you ever heard that? Oh my, you need to listen to that, because he's literally talking about working the Special Olympics, because it's I think it's his cousin. It might be a nephew or something, but it's somebody related to him, and he did work the Special Olympics. He's like, there's all the Hooters waitresses are coming up and hugging me too. It's so fucking funny, so good.
But then he also goes on to in that special, he goes on to say people that haven't been around anyone that has Down syndrome, they find out that you have a relative with Down syndrome, and you get this fake empathy, how are they? Are they okay? And he's like, they're way better than anyone else I know. What are you talking about?
Where he's like, they're literally the fucking happiest people.
Yeah.
They're fucking crushing it at life because they don't worry about stupid shit, and they're happy all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, I love that he addresses that, because it's so true. Where it's they're fucking thrilled about everything.
Yeah,
Like I wish my brain worked like that.
They're not on
I'm
fucking like Prozac and just like barely getting through that day without a panic
How much
attack.
I like hurt my own feelings with my stupid thoughts that I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
for real, dude. I have anxiety issues.
oh, I'm the worst.
I've made jokes
about
like
weird shit that I'm like, this isn't even real. Or I'll have like night terrors that I'm like, why brain? Like, why do you do this? But yeah, he's so funny. And then there was something else I was gonna say about him, and I can't think of what it was. But he's just so sweet. And this is what I was thinking about, that like people have to appreciate the time you were raised and the way you spoke when you were a kid and a teenager and coming of age. Like when we were coming of age, that shit was okay.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really hard for a lot of people to like drop that, where it's like, all right, so fucking Attell is my favorite comic ever, and my favorite comedy special of all time, Skanks for the Memories. And think of how much of that shit would not fly.
Dude, Raw. Eddie Murphy Raw.
Oh, fucking
I mean, you can't even play that to a Gen Z kid. He'd pass out.
Think of like Richard Pryor, where like this N-word's crazy. Like that literally wouldn't even be on. You couldn't even get it on Spotify.
Right.
Like there's like stuff that people do that I'm like, you have to think of the time that like.
Yeah.
There's certain, I know, whatever. I don't
Richard
know. It's
Jenny
like,
and Robert
Richard Jenny is great. Yeah.
Schimmel and
yeah.
I mean, my God, even some of like Louis C.K.'s shit. Like
some of his shit, and he's another one that got canceled for like.
I fucking love Louis C.K.
Like
I'll fight for him.
I don't agree with what he was doing, but like that's a bunch of adults that were hanging out. Like, it's a weird space to be in. But I went to see him the last time he was in town, and he's just fucking crushed it. And Norton opened for him.
No shit.
And I'm like, man, like Norton's another person that would just be like outright canceled, but it's like his wife is a trans woman. Like you can't fucking cancel somebody when they're actually like in that life. But yeah, that so good. He was
I can't believe Norton got married. That's the most mind-blowing thing about it.
I know.
It's not
so
even
funny.
It's
when
not
he talks
even a
about her.
surprise that he married a transgendered woman. It's just surprising that he's married.
Have you ever listened to his podcast where it's like Jim Norton Can't Help You, I think is the name of it.
I didn't know he was doing a podcast.
Oh man, he does it like in his apartment, and like his little dog's around, and you like hear his wife talking and shit, and it's fucking so funny. It's a call-in show, and he'll have other comics on, and it'll be like Attell or like Joe List or Mark Norman or somebody like that that's in New York, and it's so fucking funny. But
I love Jim Norton.
Norton's so good.
He has this new bit where he's like, my wife's obsessed with ChatGPT, and he's like,
he did that when we went to see him.
Oh no shit, he did those bits.
Yeah.
He talks about like
she talks to it when it's like she's like cooking dinner.
Yeah,
and it's talking to her. And it's like, oh, you're doing a great job. Like just add a little more. Add another dash of salt.
And it's like, I was thinking about adding spinach. It's like, wow, you're really an amazing. You're taking this to the next level. And he's like, he said something like, whatever, like.
It was great.
I love that I don't have to have these fucking conversations anymore. She can talk to a stupid
this
AI
fucking
bot.
Robot. I know. He's so funny. Oh my God. We saw him. We were in New York in August, so we got to see him at the Cellar where he's kind of working that out. And then I think Louis was like the end of September. So just seeing him in like a month and a half of like where he has it like flushed out. Yeah. And he does like a whole like 25 minutes of like talking shit on that I'm like, so fucking fun to see that progression.
Yeah.
But
dude,
yeah.
I love.
Oh my God, he's crazy.
Love Louis C.K. He's probably.
Did you get to go to that Louis at the Fox like last year? Oh man, yeah.
I've never seen Louis, and I want to. I fucking love.
I've seen him twice, and he's just.
He's a murderer.
Fucking crazy. He had this one bit that I literally was like in tears, and it's just my brain's so fucking weird of shit that makes me laugh really hard. But he's like talking about being in New York when New York was harder. And he's like, oh, you'd walk around and be like, oh, I saw this dead bee on the ground. And it's like, how did it be? Like, I'm seeing a dead bee. And it's like, oh, somebody shot a bee. And I'm like, this fucking made me lose my shit. That I'm just like, it's such a goofy. It's a really, really, really long bit, but that's how it wraps up. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, my brain just likes weird shit like that. And I'm like, man, Louis. Yeah, Louis crazy. His shows have all been awesome. Like,
yeah. I didn't like Lucky Louie, but Louis on FX was amazing.
Louis is really great. And then
amazing.
What's the broad that was on that, the dark-haired broad, because she's Bobby Hill's voice. What's her name?
Oh God,
so I like her a lot.
She has one of the funniest episodes of Louis.
She's so good.
Do you remember the
She's so
episode when they go to the
fucking
museum?
I have to think about it. I haven't watched it since it was like on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they go to this.
Yeah.
They go to this museum.
Yeah.
And they walk up and there's like a stand there and it says press and it's a button. And he goes to and she's like, "What are you doing? Don't!" And he's like,
It says
"What?"
to.
It
Yeah.
says to. And she's like, "Don't!" And he pushes it and it says the N word, and it sounds like him. And everyone that's on the other side of the
Turns around,
museum
like,
turns
the
around
fuck?
like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Oh no! It was the button." And he starts pushing the button again, and it's like fire truck, book or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like it doesn't say it again, and he's like, "Oh my God,
He's so crazy.
dude!" It's the fucking oh my God, I love that show.
His writing and thinking of shit where it's like, oh, he fucking wrote Pootie Tang and like just crazy shit that he's done in his life and some of the shows.
Dude,
is
Ingram, did you read his book Ingram? It made me sob like a baby.
Yeah.
It is one of the most excellent, one of the best written books I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
I don't read fiction at all. I just like I have a weird mental block about reading fiction. I have a
Yeah.
hard time with it. I'm just like, there's so much reality. I don't need to read bullshit.
True.
And
Yeah.
but I'm a fan of TV and movies, so it doesn't make sense. But that is one of the few fiction books that I've read, and my God, that book
Good.
made me sob
Yeah.
like a baby. It's one of the best books I've ever read. The writing is excellent. I recommended it to her book club, and her whole friend group was like, "I'm not reading a Louis C.K.
Oh,
bit."
brother.
I'm like, "Oh,
They
come
gotta
on."
like read more into what happened where it's like, all right, these are all fucking adults. Like,
I didn't even know there
weird.
was anything
Who
weird
said
that happened with
yes?
him. So, and then
It's
I said it, and they were all like,
it's
"No."
weird, but it's a bunch of adults, and it's not like they were like chained to a fucking wall. Like, it's gross. I wouldn't want to be a part of it, but also
Yeah.
like
They agreed to
there's
it.
a bunch of motherfuckers like Seinfeld. Like everybody fucking loves Seinfeld
But he
and
dated a
never condemned.
17-year-old?
Yeah, 38 years old and fucking a 17-year-old, and it's like, why was that okay?
Well, because he's nice
And
and
he's
cute
fucking
on
like
stage.
peak of Seinfeld, and he's clean, and then like the cleaner, the more fucking creepy, like
cleaner the
fucking Cosby,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't trust clean. The one clean motherfucker that I don't think is ever gonna come out as a creep is like Nate Bargatze.
Nate
He's never gonna
Bargatze.
be a
He
creep.
seems like
He's
an
just a
actually good
sweet,
dude.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Jim Gaffigan fucking held someone down and just
I don't think no. I
just
don't know.
kidding.
I know, but he is clean, but he's another one that I think he
I don't
is
think he'll ever
genuinely a
do
good guy, but yeah, it's scary to think about shit like that, and it's like, oh, like Seinfeld's in the Epstein files, and like Seinfeld went out of his way because Bobcat Goldthwait, like Bobcat, when that first was happening, when he's like with this 17-year-old, Bobcat called it out multiple times, and then Seinfeld goes and he's like, if you book him at your club, I'm never going to work there. And if this film studio uses him, I'm never going to work with this film studio.
what a fucking douchebag.
Goes out of
Serious?
his way to fucking blackball him, all right, for his whole career, all right? And even to the point of, like, we did end up watching most Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee because I wanted to watch the other comics on it. But there's an episode where he's on with Bridget Everett. And
Love her.
Bridget is fucking, go see her. I feel like she was just here a few weeks
Got
ago.
them long flat
She
titties.
is so
Put
fucking
'em in
funny.
the air.
We
Hilarious.
went to see her and she like literally grabbed a dude out of the audience and sat on his face. Like she's fucking crazy. But she's really good friends with Bobcat, and there's the episode with her and Seinfeld to this day, which is like fucking 30 years later, is like goes off about Bobcat to her, which is like, this is one of her best friends. You're gonna talk shit on your show and not cut it. Like he
Yeah.
put it in the episode. I'm
Did
like, what?
she defend him?
She did in like a very tactful way that it's like buddy, you're the fucking one that's wrong. Like you're 38, you're old enough to drink when this broad was born, and then you're fucking her. Like that's crazy. And it was legal in New York at the time. It was
Right.
legal.
She was the age of
It was
consent, so
age
it
of
was
consent,
okay.
and her family was okay with it.
So it just
And
tells
I'm
me that he
like,
was grooming a child until she was the age of consent.
yeah, like you guys met before she was 17, and then you're like you let it out. Like you're
When
around
she's
in public with her when she's 17.
38 years old dating a 17-year-old. We were literally just looking this up
Yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. If you have time and you want to fucking like maybe blow your brains out, you can look up the fucking Epstein file shit that mentions him, and it's like, what the fuck?
Dude,
like
Bobcat Goldthwait is one of the most underrated, underutilized
hilarious
talents.
and
As a director, amazing.
brilliant. He was, and when he did like World's Greatest Dad and all those, and then what the fuck was the one where he's like,
The Bigfoot movie.
no, he had this one where he was like with his, it's like a character that's his daughter, and they're going around like shooting people, which sounds crazy. What the fuck was that called? It was so good. I'll never think of the name. We'd have to look it up later, but it's great. He did that, and that was probably, man, that might be 15 years old now, but he was best friends with Robin Williams. So we saw him live once not long after Robin Williams passed away, and he does this impersonation of Robin that's just fucking it's like Robin Williams playing video games yelling at children on a video game.
God Bless America is the movie.
That's the one. Yeah. Great film. World's Greatest Dad. That
Did he do World's Greatest Dad?
and that like
I love that movie.
There's another one that he did that I love. That, what was the one you mentioned?
Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot one?
What was the Bigfoot one? Was it like a fake documentary?
It was like a mockumentary, if I remember right.
I don't think I've ever watched that. But I've met him a couple times, and he's absolutely the sweetest. Like he
Willow
dropped.
Creek.
I've never seen that.
It's a found footage style horror movie.
Oh, funny. I never watched that. I'll have to check that out.
Dude,
He's a trip though. He's so like, he dropped the voice. So if you go see him now, he doesn't do like
he doesn't do the character
Yeah, he doesn't
anymore.
do that anymore. Super fucking nice. Like we went to see him. It was him and Dana Gould, another person, super underrated that I fucking love. Dana Gould. Dana Gould's podcast is incredible, and his Halloween episodes especially are excellent. He does so much work for it. But long story boring, we had this bit with our roommate that it was like a million years ago that Bobcat's on Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Did you ever watch that on Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
So Bobcat's on, and he has this thing where he says like, "Whoa, crack a window, will ya?" And it was some weird thing that ended up developing between us and our roommate. And our roommate was moving down to Texas, and I went through all his boxes of shit and wrote these like crack a window on paper, and they're hidden throughout all of his shit, like in picture frames, in fucking like cups and bottles and all, like anything that I could possibly like hide shit. It'd be like on the flap of a box that he'd like open and be like, what the fuck? So we go see Bobcat live, and I tell Bobcat about this, and I'm like, can you just do, like, I know this is really annoying a lot of times, but he's like, no, that's hilarious. And I was like, can you just film a clip? Like, can you tell Dan, like, Dan, crack a window, will ya? And he's like, yes. Does it. And I send it to my friend, and he's like, that's one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me.
Dude, I love that.
But like, dude, Bobcat is like so fucking sweet, and he has a residency. If you ever go to Chicago, it was like every Wednesday at the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago. He lives like 45 minutes outside of the city, and he's just like living the married life and like has a farm and shit. But he comes into the city like work on an hour every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And he's just a nice dude. He's cool, but somebody's like shitting their pants up there. I think they blew their nose. It was funny. I love sound effects.
I actually thought that was me because I pulled on the mic right when that happened. So I was like,
no, it
me?
wasn't you. It was
wasn't.
somebody like blowing their nose. I have that kind of beak. That's how my nose sounds when I blow it.
Hell yeah.
Let's crack
want
another
another
beer.
one?
You want another one?
Yeah,
What are we doing?
Can you?
Let's
can you
crack.
throw me
It's
one?
beer time. I interrupted you like way long ago. What were we talking about? Corey Feldman and that. So Bonfire and Big J.
Bud Light, Bush,
Ooh.
Twisted Tea, long drink.
Whoa. Have you ever watched Shane's what were those shows called? I'll do a BL, why not? BL, thank you.
Can I get one?
Shane had these Philly court.
Break something?
No, it's just a rack of glass
Glass on
on
glass.
glass.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate y'all. Shane had these things. I'm derailing myself, but it made me think of it with the Twisted Tea that they were called Philly Court. Have you ever watched these?
No.
Dude, it's you gotta
They're like
check
skits?
these out. Yeah, they're a bunch of skits that they did, and they do Philly Court. And there's one like that's a big thing, I guess, is Twisted Tea down there, and you'll have to check them out. I don't want to spoil anything because they're so fucking funny. But this is like pre-tires, pre-anything that you think about him being in. And that's like before he was signed to SNL. You have to find them. They're so fucking good. But that's a huge thing in them that they talk about Twisted Tea a lot. So that's what made me think of it. But go ahead.
I was going to say, the one thing I love turning people on to that nobody knows about is fucking Pet Court with Gary Busey. Have you watched this?
It rings a bell.
It's the most irreverent nonsense on earth. But it's the funny, like, as a comedian.
Are they like literally like interviewing animals on the stand and stuff? I feel like
it's pet owners where there's like some kind of conflict about their pets.
All right.
And Gary Busey is the judge.
I feel like I've seen this because like any weird animal shit, because I've been in vet med forever, that like people send me a lot of weird animal clips and stuff. So I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't pick out a specific.
You got to watch it. It's
Pet Court.
Pet Court. It's the most irreverent malarkey on earth. I love it.
I'm going to write myself a note about Pet Court.
Dude, he's such a fucking...
You got to check out Philly Court.
Philly Court. I do love Shane Gillis, man.
He's a fucking hoot. And I think he's genuinely like the sweetest. Like he puts up everybody. Like he did all those Madison Square Garden shows just a couple months ago. And he's like, he gets Attell. He gets Mark Norman. He gets Joe List. And like he gets a bunch of people coming out to his stuff. And that's like, I'm not huge on Bert, but Bert Kreischer's really good about that, like using his platform to like support his friends.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
He's a nice,
like,
okay. I think he's like a legit nice guy and like really looks out for comics that he loves, which is cool.
Yeah. I think all those guys get flack because of, they want to call it like the manosphere that Rogan has created, but it's not really like they're not like the manosphere.
It's weird because it's people who like, if you're really into comedy and you love comedy, you knew Joey Diaz before he was on Rogan.
Right.
You knew, like there's a bunch of people that you probably knew before they were ever involved with Rogan and before Rogan was like Joe Rogan Experience was a thing. So it's not like, I hate when certain people get roped into that because it's like this comic is great before they ever talked to Rogan. They were great. Like, I don't put them in that. I'm like, well, if you fucking got asked to go on Rogan, would you go on Rogan?
Fuck yeah.
Somebody asked me that, and I was like, are you fucking stupid? Like, I would do that.
Do I
like,
want to sign up to have a career? Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Like, I would go talk to him and talk shit to him. Like, I'm like, are you crazy? But it's so funny to think of, like, I don't know. That's anybody who acts like they wouldn't do it if they got the opportunity. That's like Kill Tony haters where I'm like, yeah, whatever, Kill Tony. Like, it's changed so much and Tony's using his platform for evil instead of good, unfortunately. But he also has made some people who really deserve it get their time, which is cool. Like, especially like our friends in Michigan, like a few of my friends who've been on it in the last handful of months that I'm like, these are people who fucking worked hard as shit and we're out every fucking night and doing multiple mics a night that I'm like, okay, they got the chance.
Yeah.
And people really hate on it. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks because you'll have some idiot go up and they don't deserve to be there, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And sometimes that's funny, but
to give Tony credit, he shits on them hard when that happens.
Yeah.
When it's somebody that like took a fucking spot as a bet.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you thought that this was just a joke. No, there's people who are like hoping that their dream will happen tonight and you just wasted a fucking spot.
You wasted somebody's time. Like we did go to one of the nights at Madison Square Garden because we were there that week. And if you go sign up, you get in for free. So if you go in like the middle of August when he does it every year, we've done this 2 years in a row. And I'm like, if you go sign up, you get into the whole show for free. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to do that. And if I get pulled, whatever, like my fiance signed up. He's like, I got to figure out a minute. And I'm like, the likelihood is like, it's probably about 250, 300 people are in the line. So, I mean, it really is like the odds are pretty good. But the one dude that got pulled was like, he'd been pulled 2 times before in Austin. And he just goes up and he's like talking shit about his ex and he has a restraining order and he can't see his kids and all this shit. And Tony fucking like eviscerated this dude. Like, why the fuck are you wasting anyone else's time? We're like, this is literally Madison Square Garden and this is going to be on Netflix and I have to cut this whole shit because there's probably some legal shit that you aren't supposed to be saying this.
Right.
And I was like, at least he'll talk shit to people that are stupid or like, He had this one broad I remember a while ago. It was a white girl that came up and she just out of the gate just rips like 3 N-words. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like your nervous word that you say?
God.
And like they just throttle this broad. And I'm like, all right, good. Like they do talk shit on people that are just wasting everyone's time. But
Yeah.
it is a funny, I don't know. There's a handful of comics that get big on it that I'm like, ugh, it's frustrating.
There's a couple that I don't. There's a couple of
Yeah.
regulars that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why are they regulars?
Yeah,
And
I ended up getting pulled. We were at Legion of Skanks in New York. Have you ever listened to that? It's
Yeah.
Big J and Dave Smith and Louis J. Gomez. And they did a fake Kill Tony because Tony was going to be on it. And one of the interns that were like made friends with from going to New York so much, he's like, don't say anything to anybody because this is like, you know, behind the curtain, whatever. But do you want to be in the bucket poll tonight? And I was like, fuck, like shit, when in Rome, why not?
Yeah.
And they do, one of their interns got pulled, and then it's me. And the guests are, so the other guests, it's Tony Hinchcliffe, Sal Vulcano, Dave Attell,
Holy shit.
and Joe DeRosa. And then the 3 regular dudes.
I'd throw up.
Dude, I wanted to fucking like jump out of wind. Like I was insane.
Yeah.
So they did it late. Usually they record that at 8 o'clock on a Monday at the stand. Tony couldn't be there till 10, so they do a showcase. So we go see the showcase. I'm like 9 beers deep by the time this is happening. And they have, all the dudes are smoking. I never smoke. I can't. I'm allergic to it or something. I fucking freak out on it, usually nonverbal. So I'm sitting in like the Snoop Dogg section because we get moved. We're sitting up front. I get pushed over to like the Snoop Dogg section where like all the dudes that work for the show are sitting there just ripping blunts. Everyone on the fucking panel is like ripping blunts. So I'm high as, I don't need, like higher than giraffe pussy, like whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I'm high out of my mind, 9 beers deep. And Attell, like 40 minutes into the episode, Attell walks in. And I say to Nick, my fiance, I'm like, Nick, I'm getting pulled out of the bucket. And he's like, why? I'm like, Attell just got here. I'm fucking getting pulled out of that bucket. I just know it. And I'm like, have your phone ready. I know it's going to happen. And he's like, no way, whatever. Like, there's a bunch of other people. No way. Sure as shit. Second person to go up. And I'm like, I'm out of my fucking tree. Like, I couldn't believe I could even talk. And then the funniest part, so I've talked to you about doing the classes at Ridley's.
Yeah.
And the advanced comedy teacher is Joel Fragomeni. Have you met Joel before?
I've not met Joel, no.
Joel, you will end up learning this, but I'll just spoil it for you now, that Joel does the Gathering of the Juggalos every year.
Yes.
And he is a character called Upchuck the Clown. And he goes up before the comics. So Lewis and Big J had just gotten back from the Gathering. And the first 40 minutes of the episode is them talking shit about Joel and like show a picture of Joel as Upchuck the Clown and all this shit. So when I get off and I'm about to do my interview, I'm like, I have to fucking just preface with Upchuck the Clown was my advanced comedy teacher. And I don't want to spoil any of it because it's just so fucking crazy that I can send you guys the episode that it was. But I like literally Sal Vulcano. I say this out loud that I'm like, Upchuck the Clown was my advanced comedy teacher. And Sal Vulcano looks and just fucking loses it and puts his head down. And he couldn't even talk like the rest of the time.
Dude,
He's like, what the fuck?
I fucking love Sal Vulcano, too.
He's such a sweet dude. And he's another dude that's like super, super famous, but like a legit nice, never lost where he came from. I'm friends out of all the record shit that I did. During the pandemic, I was selling records, like actual vinyl. And I met all these people all over the whole country. So like his childhood best friend is somebody that I actually like know and have podcasted with. And I know all these crazy fucking stories about Sal and him as kids. They worked at the same deli and whatever. And Sal was on Story Wars. Do you ever watch that? Sal had this story on Story Wars, and that's like Lewis's and Big J's new show that it's like a bunch of comics come on. They all have a story that gets pulled randomly, and you have to guess whose story it is, and you get points, whatever. So it is a game show. Sal had this story about someone showing up at his work dressed as the Crow, and it's like raining and it's the middle of the night and he's like closing the deli by himself, and I'm like, I know this is fucking Donato. And then at the end of it, when they like reveal whose story it is and Sal has to explain the story and he's like, my friend Donato. And I'm like, I know this fucking guy. Oh, sorry. I'm like, I know this guy. And I'm like, oh my God, it's just so funny that I called it before he even talked about it.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, yeah, he's such a nice dude. But you guys can watch this episode. It is bad. I'm fucking, like I said, I never ever smoke, and usually I'm nonverbal, so I'm like high as a kite.
Dude, I love
talking,
this.
and I just like talking, and I get heckled, where they literally explain like a minute uninterrupted. I get heckled. They're trying to move me back into the light because like the stage is tiny and they have a projector going during Legion of Skanks because they're like projected on the thing what they're filming. Oh my God, it is a fucking crazy, crazy thing that I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever be that nervous doing comedy again. So I kind of have like a weird superpower of like go up in front of Attell, who's my hero, and then Sal and Big J.
Right.
And like
Louis J.
Dude.
Gomez.
Like
that's like an alternative fucking Mount Rushmore.
Oh my God. Yeah. I always ask people that, like, what's your Mount Rushmore of comedy? And I'm like, man, that's like
pretty fucking close.
Tricky to name names, but that's crazy that some of the most famous and most like well-respected comics that I'm like, I'm gonna fucking freak you. If you watch it, I literally stand up and I'm like, ah! freaking out.
So who? Okay,
so
I'm gonna steal
crazy.
your question. Who are your Mount Rushmore?
My Mount Rushmore of comedy, like I said, Attell is forever my favorite, forever. And he's literally the sweetest, and I'll tell you a story about that in a minute, that he's like legit the fucking nicest person. I love Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
Stanhope.
Love Stanhope.
Stanhope, like it's Dave Attell's favorite comic is Stanhope.
Yeah.
Stanhope's fucking brilliant. He's a lunatic. He's like absolutely watching him do comedy, and I've gotten to see him a handful of times, and it's just like watching one of the masters work, and you see him where like an idea comes into his head and he can just do it.
Yeah.
He just lets it out, and it's like, shit, you're so good. It's so crazy. Eddie Pepitone, another underrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking adore him. He's a nice dude, and I have a couple funny stories about him and shit that's happened to me with him, but
Eddie Pepitone is absolutely underrated.
Oh my God. If you watch his new special, my fiance and I are sitting front row. If you look in the middle of the front row, we're sitting there. We went out to Chicago to see him.
Hell yeah.
And we went to the second show. Like he had Gary Gulman opens the show for him and does the God mic for him on it. And he's brilliant. I think he's one of the best working comics, and he's like so underrated, and so many people don't know him. And I'm like, you gotta look him up. He's one of my favorites. So that's my Rushmore. That's my people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people I could name, but that's like who I gravitate to the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's yours?
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a fucking
You're a huge comedy nerd.
as
I
a
know.
comedy slut,
Yeah.
You gotta ask me next.
I know.
the first one I'm gonna name, which I think most people would not expect out of me based on the way that I look,
Right.
is Tig Notaro. No, I'm fucking lying to you.
I heard you talking. I was like, yeah, right.
No, Neil Brennan, honestly.
Oh, brilliant.
Neil Brennan.
Fucking brilliant. And that's, people don't realize, like, writing on Chappelle and stuff, like, fucking brilliant.
Co-created
comedian.
Chappelle, wrote a ton of it, wrote Half Baked, but then fuck all of that. He brings that stuff up all the time because I think it, for him, brings validity to his career.
Yeah, I think him being relevant of people, like, knowing his name or, like, putting it out there that, like, that's hard. That's like saying Bobcat or somebody else who it's like they're a brilliant comic, but people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And paying attention to who wrote whatever, that's especially him writing Chappelle and that, like.
I think Three Mics is one of the most brilliant specials of all time.
Yeah.
It's got heart. It's got heart. It's got stupid. It's got brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so. I have it on fucking vinyl framed on my walls in the basement.
Yeah. Nice.
I fucking love Neil Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I want to say
It's tricky. That's one
wanna
that I've had like a lot of thought about when people ask me, and I'm like off the cuff. Those are my 4, but then I could interchange it where it's like working comics or not. But
I know, like I want to put a caveat. Like, all right, are we talking about inspiration? Are we talking about like who do I want to sit down and
who's
watch?
your voice in your head? That's the other
Who's gonna
thing
make
of
me
like
giggle?
in you starting to do stand up and you have a voice in your head. So who are your voices in your head when you're writing and you're thinking of like, this will be funny, how to say it like this? And I'm like, oh, I notice a lot that I do certain people for sure have certain people's voice in my head when I have something that I'm working on.
Yeah.
So then that's the other thing is deciding who is it.
Yeah. Who is the inspiration of like,
Yeah.
so I love rant comedians.
Yeah.
So that's probably the rest of my Rushmore. It's
Yeah.
Bill Burr,
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
Yeah.
I mean, Louis C.K. we talked about for fucking 10 minutes. I love
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
He's a genius.
He
He's
is
a fucking,
he
that's
can,
like,
he can articulate an idea that everyone's had, but couldn't figure out how to say it.
yeah.
And then he's like, let me take this idea and I'm going to run with it.
Yeah.
And then it kills, it murders people. People are like
Yeah.
in pain laughing because he took an idea like I saw a veteran or like a soldier got on the plane and I thought about giving up my seat to him. My first class seat.
doesn't get
I
it.
didn't do it,
I thought
but
about
I
it.
felt good for the rest of the day because I thought about it.
He had this new thing when we saw him in September that he was talking about having to put his dad in like an elder care home, and he's like, just the whole thing boils down to like, here's money, you take him. It just boils down to that. And I'm like, the way he did it was so good.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of real life stuff that he'll bring up that you're like, all right, yeah, everyone thinks this, but no
Yeah.
one says it out loud.
Yeah, I hate to. Okay, so
Yeah.
for my last one,
All
so
right, tell me
I
what-
got Neil Brennan,
Yeah.
Louis C.K.,
Yeah.
Bill Burr. So Bill Burr, I think Bill Burr gets boxed in as the Philadelphia rant guy. You know,
He's just angry.
He gets
just
boxed in as this Boston angry guy.
He had a great show too. The F is for Family was great, and then
and the movie Old Dads,
yeah.
incredible. But so I love Bill Burr's comedy.
yeah,
But I love that he pushes himself every time he does a special. His first couple of specials, it's all rants, and then he starts doing act outs.
but then you like backed off of that,
Yeah.
because you don't want to put yourself in a box of like your style is all you're known for.
Yeah, you don't
is,
wanna
like
just be
ranting
Louis
for
Black.
45 minutes,
You know?
and like go ahead, finish what you were gonna say, and then I have another thought about it. But
I love his comedy just as a viewer, but also as a comedian, I respect how he pushes himself every time.
Right.
He's always a guy who's
Right.
trying to grow, and he doesn't accept that he's just this angry guy from Boston. He's like
Yeah.
trying to get beyond that and figure
Yeah.
out why he was an angry guy from Boston. And
Yeah.
I think that someone that is actively and openly working on themselves, immediately you get a ton of respect.
well,
from
like
me.
especially for a dude like that, like a hard angry Boston kid, to be like, I am trying to work on myself. Like, you have to give them credit for that they'll be outwardly expressing it.
Yeah. It's massive.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like could I picture any of my coworkers in construction being like, "Oh, dude, I'm going to therapy."
No, fuck no.
No.
Pipe fitting? No.
No. Most of
Hell
them
no.
fucking no. They're not going to be like, "Yeah, I'm trying to be a better guy.
No.
I want to figure out why I hate my fucking dad."
Yeah,
or
they're
whatever,
gonna drop
you
a
know?
lot of slurs towards you if you say anything like that out
No
loud.
doubt. No doubt. Okay, so
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
final Mount Rushmore, I'm going to go cliche, but it's out of the respect of what he did in his early days, which is Adam Sandler.
Oh, for our generation in like the 90s, early 2000s,
The most
of like
quotable records of all time.
that. Oh my gosh, yeah, that first album, and that it was like, we had that. My brother had that on CD, and I've probably listened to that 1,000 times.
Is the
You know,
first one
that-
when he's got the peeping Tom in the tree?
and like
Or
the
thoughts of
the
a peeping Tom or
fucking-
whatever?
What was the thing with the goat where they're like playing football with the goat, and that what the hell is that called? I can't even think of what it's called because it's been 20 something years since I
Right.
listened to it. But I'm like, man, and especially when he was like that resurgence of SNL being good, where like you had that like original generation of SNL and all those murders, and then it kind of falls off a little. But then coming into the 90s where it's like him and Chris Farley and like David Spade and Kevin Nealon and
Chris Kattan.
fucking Norm is on it. And
Fucking Norm.
Norm is fucking insane and gets in trouble so much. It actually like gets himself canceled from it. Yeah. And I'm like, man, Norm just, that's one of the huge things of why I absolutely adore Norm for so many reasons. But that's a huge one of just being like, well, fuck them. Like this, like the shit that he would talk on that when he was on Weekend Update. But Sandler on that time and that just being like really bringing comedy back around again, where like you have like Eddie Murphy and those kinds of guys in the 80s are like fucking killing it and comedy's big. And then it kind of hits a lull. And it's really, really big right now again, where you have these like ebbs and flows of like comedy being popular. But definitely that time of SNL is like another golden era. And that's like our childhood era. Yeah. Of SNL being incredible, so I could see
some of the most quotable shit from those records. The thoughts of a peeping Tom, and he like climbs up into I'm climbing the tree.
Well, and like his most crazy shit on SNL, where he's like Lunch Lady Land is fucking in my head forever in my head. And then what was the married couple? I'm trying to think of the married couple. It's him and Farley again. And Farley's the wife, and he's like Sandler's dressed as an old man. What the hell is their name? And she's like reading like menus and shit or like cooking books. They're just like, oh my God. Yeah. They're just so, that was such a good time.
See, I loved, when I was a kid, I could not stand that my brother would put on these ranting, intelligent comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I'm fucking 14
when
or something.
When you're a kid, you just don't get it. That's like, you're not 14 listening to Carlin.
And I was like, being forced to.
You're not going to get it. You're listening to Bill Hicks or somebody like that, where you're like,
and I love Bill Hicks.
You're just a dumb kid. Yeah. You don't get that. Like,
right. I had to age into those.
Right.
And I tell you what, like George Carlin, I fucking love. I've got a record of his framed in my basement too.
Yeah.
But Carlin's never made me laugh. I just love what he does. But I've never laughed.
He gets like too smart. And shit that he makes me think about that I'm like, it's all relevant right now again. And I'm like, man, if Carlin was alive right now,
right, I can only
he would
imagine.
Like spontaneously combust. He would fucking explode. Right. Like that would be the craziest. But there is a handful of comics, and that's, you mentioned like Lewis Black, where I'm like, there's a handful of ranters that they're like too smart almost to get the crowd to be completely involved in being how it's funny.
Yeah. There's like a saying, like a perplexed audience is not a laughing audience.
Yeah.
You know? And that's how I feel about Carlin. Like I love Carlin, but
brilliant. But somebody who's like so well read and so smart. And it's like, man, if you had somebody like that running for office, where it's like somebody like that should be a politician, and that's a bunch of people trying to push like Jon Stewart or John Oliver or somebody like that, where they're like, please go into political office. And it's like, they're too nice. They're not scumbags.
Right. They don't want it. That's why they're not there.
They don't need that.
I think it should be a requirement that you don't want to be a politician, and then we just force you to be. James Stewart, yes.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a strange time. It's such a strange time. But that, getting back into that thing of like picking your Rushmore, and then that could change. Like there could be somebody that comes up that like thinking of somebody who's like super brilliant. I know you brought him up before, but Sam Talent is
fucking love Sam
He
Talent.
is absolutely a gem of a human being and kind and nice. Every time I've talked to him, because he does the Independent a lot. Like he was doing these Wednesday shows where it was like Sam Talent's show, and he'd just be hanging out and he'd talk, and like he knew my name, and then he saw my fiance and he's like, oh, the professor. And I'm like, he didn't know Nick's name, but he knew that he's a professor. And that's what the impression was in his mind, to like retain, like, oh, this guy's a teacher. Like this guy, whatever about Nick. But he's just such an interesting comic, and then a writer. And he just dropped a new graphic novel. So that's something that came out recently that he just dropped like this week. But he has a book called Running the Light. And man, he is so fucking smart. His grandma was a librarian, and he would just like hang out in the library all the time. And I'm like, his lexicon of like the words that are available in his brain are always impressive to me. That I'm like, man, this dude is so smart.
Yeah.
He's a genius for sure, an actual genius.
But he's the kind of guy that he
never makes
wind
you
it
feel
down
dumb.
and kill you.
He never makes you feel dumb when you're sitting in the audience, that he's like so good and so spontaneous and just into being goofy and having fun and just being so random, where like he'll do certain shit and it doesn't hit everyone. But I was thinking about like last year he did a Wednesday and he did a Sam Talent show for the Motor City Comedy Fest, and he had this bit that he comes up and he's just like something about Big Iron, and he's like Big Iron and blah 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 blah. But I'm like obsessed with old country, so I'm like, I know he's talking about Marty Robbins' Big Iron, and I'm like, I'm fucking losing it. And like most of the audience is like little light chuckles, but I had to go up to him after and I was like, Sam, fucking killing me, dude. Like you're just some of the shit that he thinks about.
That is one
he's
talent.
So smart.
That's one talent that Daniel Tosh has.
Tosh is funny like that.
Is he'll ring a bit until there's one person left. And he's like, that guy's
and
gonna die.
Yeah. And he doesn't give a shit that nobody else is laughing at it. He's like, he's all there for that one person laughing. That like it'll get too dark or it'll get too weird and people just like
right.
And then someone in the one person in the dark in the back is fucking
can't breathe,
crying, pissing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I hesitate to put like Daniel Tosh and Dane Cook in my lists of like who I love because I'm not 14 anymore.
Like,
but I love those guys too.
Like those dudes, like
Jeselnik is picking some weird political fights lately.
He's gotten
I don't know what
weird,
he's doing.
but like back when him and Tosh, I put him and Tosh kind of in the same bracket of like getting weird, and like they'll get you into a storyline and they'll fish hook you into something really fucked up. And then it turns around on you again, and I'm like, "Damn it!" Like he gets me every time.
Yeah,
like,
and you know what?
They're
you
both
know the
comics
tricks
like that. Yeah,
you know the tricks that they're
fall
pulling.
for it, fucking hook, line,
but they're
and sinker
so good
every time.
Yeah, there's a lot of see. Like the more I
Mm-hmm.
learn doing comedy, the more I'm like, I'm kind of fucking ruining this for myself because now I see the tricks that are happening.
Yeah,
you know?
There is that. Like, I think because I've listened to so many podcasts and like listened to so many comics talk about comedy, and you hear that behind the veil stuff of like how much sacrifice it is and how straining it is on relationships and all the shit that they're going through. That's all the really like heavy, sad shit that a lot of people never think about. Where like people who aren't huge comedy nerds just think like, oh, this goofball got on stage and just said this off the cuff, and it's like, no, that's like hours and hours and hours of like painstaking labor and going to mics and eating 10 bags of dick a night and fucking like you want to walk into traffic, and then finally you get to a special or you get to like someone sees you do your hour live or whatever, and it's like, oh, they fucking killed it, but it's like you have no idea like the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that.
Yeah.
And that's I think if you that book, the Sam Talent, that Running the Light, and then I need to check it out. I haven't watched it yet, but there's a Stanhope movie. I think it's called Road Dogs, but that's really a lot about that, like the time in between shows and that time on the road and all the shit that you go through to actually do that as a profession. It's just such a wild thing to think about, all that sacrifice of everything that they're sacrificing to do that, to pursue that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have the bug. It's fucking, I have the bug and I love it, but I'm also like worried because I'm a family guy first.
Yeah.
But I'm like, my God, I fucking love this so much. Like last night, we went to Stan's. I was not on the.
Does your oldest kid, but you have that like older kid, is he cool just hanging at the house when you're gone? Like, or do you don't want to put that on him?
A little bit of both. Okay. Like we do it very rarely. Okay. Where we're like, hey, we're going to go to the gym. We'll be gone for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, like we'll do
fine.
that.
Yeah.
But like,
it's hard because like childcare and stuff, because there's a couple comics that have young kids, like toddler kids, and I'm like, man, the childcare aspect of that is like so hard to navigate.
Especially when you have 3, it's like, can I get grandma to watch the kids? Fucking, they don't even want to do it with 3.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, that's a lot. Yeah,
it's a lot. But my kids are self-sufficient now, so like, I mean, they're 7, 8, and 12.
I wipe my own ass.
I wipe my own ass.
Yeah,
Jimmy Stewart.
Those kids, they're all right. They're old enough to be like.
Yeah. But when they were baby, like when they were like 2, 3, and 8 or whatever the fuck, impossible to get someone to watch them. It was impossible. Couldn't do anything.
Oh, that's my brother-in-law, and they have 4. And I'm like, I want to take them out and do stuff with them. And he's like, no. I'm like, I know they're animals, but we have like a whole crew with us. We can watch them. He's like, no. But
Yeah.
it's my best friend has 5, and I'm like, them navigating childcare when her and her husband both work full-time jobs. And I'm like, luckily they have both grandparents are around to like help out. But I'm like, man, 5 is fucking
That's a
great.
lot. That's a
lot
fucking
of chaos.
lot of people.
That's a lot of chaos.
That's a lot of people to feed.
I always describe her house. I go over to her house, and I'm like, it's like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where there's like one of them's dancing in the corner by themselves, and one of them's like throwing a fountain out the front window and escaping. It's like, it's just such a fucking crazy
One
scene.
spitting the pill out
Dude,
from underneath
and
his tongue.
when you're the person coming over, where I'm like the fun auntie person, where they're like, look at me.
my
And I'm
God.
like, oh my God, they all are like insane. Where I'm like, oh, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. And I feel like a chameleon where I have to have my eyes go in 2 different directions.
Dude, as a
I'm like,
parent, I fucking hate when my kids get into
Oh,
that mood.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
there's we have
dad.
well, not
dad,
well
dad.
that will drive me nuts too. But when we have people over, and then there's
Oh, they just get cranked to the hilt.
well, sometimes
Watch this.
there's
Look what I
some-
can do.
There's
And they like jump.
Right. So
all
dumb.
all of our friends are like very nice people, so like they'll give my kids the attention.
Dude, I love
and I'm
that.
like, hey, be a dick to my kid, please.
Yeah.
If
You
you're-
got to
if
knock him down a peg.
If you don't care that he's here, he'll go upstairs and play with his shit. But if you keep going, what'd you say, buddy? And then,
Yeah.
he's down in the basement with us for the entire fucking night.
Yeah,
now.
and you want to have like friend time.
yeah.
That's tricky. Yeah, that's tricky because you want to have your friend time and be like, I can talk to an adult human being, because that's like when I go to see my best friend, she's like the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I forget that you like talk to a bunch of 7-year-olds and under for like the last 72 hours straight.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, the adult time and having a normal conversation is very limited when you have a bunch of kids. But 3,
That's why I do this.
one was 13 and then 7 and 8.
Yeah.
So the 7 and 8 like really wants to be involved. Is the 13 like too cool to hang out?
Oh my God.
He's starting to get there. Yeah.
That's frustrating
Yeah,
time too.
Dude, I make fun.
Yeah.
I've been breaking him lately because he has this like facade of like,
I'm mad, I'm
mad
angry,
and
I'm
tired and-
sad all the time.
yeah. And then like I grabbed him. I go, what's your problem? He's like, what? I'm like, what's your fucking problem today? He's like, what do you mean? I go,
Here's an
"Come here."
Alkaline Trio album. Shut up.
I ran up and grabbed him by the neck. And
Nugget-
I was like,
nugget
shave
him?
your shitty mustache. And he just started dying laughing. He's like, stop. And then I started punching him. And he's like,
Oh my
dude.
gosh, yeah.
He
13
like
is so hard though. Going into junior high, oh my God, it's so
dude, he's-
fucking hard.
He's been with his girlfriend for a year, and he's
12.
Almost 13.
Almost 13.
Damn, kids now, like we had this conversation because a bunch, like I work with almost all women. There's only one dude at our clinic. How I said I work in vet med, and they like having these conversations with all the other gals. They have kids that I'm like, dude, I could not. Fucking, I don't know how you parent. I don't know how you do it. And they're like, little girls are getting their periods at like 10. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I think
what?
even earlier than that.
8. They said that like 8 and 10. I'm like, what the fuck? Kind of like, what is happening with everything with people's bodies? But that to be like 12, you're like, oh, we've been together for like a year. Like,
right, right. Isn't that crazy? Literally, like next month they'll be together a year already.
But they're
And I'm-
sweet. It's like wholesome.
It's wholesome. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
They're still
Yeah.
like when they hang out,
That's-
it's still super awkward. Like, they're
Oh,
like,
cute. Yeah. Sometimes that works out. Like I can't talk shit because like my fiance and I've been together for 22 years.
Wow.
For real. Like I
Holy
was
shit.
17, like gonna be 17 when we started dating. And I was like, sometimes that
he was
happens.
38?
Yeah, no, not Seinfeld. We didn't go full Seinfeld. But yeah, they like, it's cute. But that generation's funny too because that's not like the hookup culture and stuff has changed a lot with those kids. And that's like even like our niece and nephew, like Nick's little like cousins too. They're like late cousins. There's a big gap between them. So they're more like our niece and nephew versus cousins to him. But they're both in like committed relationships. They're like in their young 20s and been with their partner for like a long, like been with their boyfriend or girlfriend for like years.
see, this is where I start to sound conservative. I'm like, this is good.
It's good.
It's good
though.
for the
It's like,
kids. It's good for
I
like,
think it's good. Like, go back. I'm glad that's like coming back. That it's like, I think of all of our friends that had these like fucked up relationships and all this like turmoil and hookups and all this drama. And I'm like,
Right.
hopefully for like everyone's psyche's sake that like that's working out well. I hope that like your kid like that, hopefully that's a good thing for him. He's with her and they're like, you know, that works out sometimes. There's a bunch of people that I know that like they've been together for a million years and that's been their person.
Right. I mean, I think anything reasonable is the way it should be. It's not like I feel like when we were like going through high school, like the narrative was like, why would you want to hold us back? We're trying to like have these like these are our 70s. We're gonna have this hookup culture where it's all free sex and it doesn't matter. And you don't slut shame me and whatever and all this shit. All these words started coming out, but it's also like, hey man, like there's like you can develop a much deeper and much more like fulfilling relationship by committing to somebody. And then also if kids start being involved, which is what you're fucking practicing.
Right.
If kids start getting involved,
that'd be so tricky because
it's
like
so much
your
better
situation
for the
is
kid.
like, I think about some of our friends that have had kids and then they're bringing people around and I'm like, this is such a like not healthy person to have around your children.
Yeah,
it's so scary to think about that.
We've dealt with that.
We've had to navigate some weird shit there. My ex.
Yeah, that's your ex having anybody like unsavory around. Where you're like,
well, so she
30 years older than her.
She was cheating on me with several guys.
I heard you talk about the one on the Peggy. I listen to Peggy. I love Peggy. Shout out Peggy Beatty.
I love her too. Yeah.
Shout out Peggy Beatty. She's a fucking hoot. But I heard you mention that she's like hooking up outside in the apartment parking lot and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that
like,
one is. She was. So our old house was surrounded by an apartment complex.
But you had little kid. Like you had a little baby.
They're like two or
the
three at the time.
To go fuck a guy in the parking lot and like
she
do
like a
Xanax
fucking
or whatever,
unspayed
Vicodins.
dog. Like she robbed a fence.
For real. she hopped the fence to go fuck a dude in a parking lot.
I'm saying bitch not as a derogatory. I'm saying bitch is a literal unspayed female dog.
You can be derogative. She's a bitch.
Dog.
But she's getting plowed by a dude in a fucking parking lot. And while that's happening, I think there were 3 and 4 at the time, walk out of the house looking for mom, and they were found by the neighbor walking down the street, one of them in a diaper, looking for mom, wondering where mom's at, and she's in the parking lot next to the house.
All
doing
three
pills
are
and fucking a 60-year-old.
All 3 are yours and hers.
Yeah.
So there's that age gap too that you were with her that long.
Yeah,
they were that little leaving the apartment, like fucking.
Yeah, we lived in that. We had a house that was surrounded by apartment complex.
Okay.
So then she hopped the fence out of our yard into the apartment complex parking lot to go fuck a dude. To go fuck a 60-year-old.
That's when you hear. Do you know who Ryan Sickler is? Like, there's a handful of comics that like his mom was doing that kind of shit, and then she completely fucked off, and like they were like 16, their dad died, and she just like abandoned them.
Yeah.
She wanted to adopt the 2 kids and like not have Ryan. She was like trying to get full custody of the 2 kids and not him too. And just some of this shit that I hear that the comics talk about with the way their mom out of anyone in your life to like fuck off is so crazy.
Yeah,
to
I feel
have
like
your
it's
mom be the piece of shit.
Damaging for your mom to be the scumbag.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Are they old enough now that they're like realizing that, or are they still like the littler ones are still like in that like gray area?
I'm gonna answer with a caveat.
All right.
Is that I'm a child of divorce, and my parents played that game hard.
I don't like that. That's not okay.
To convince the kids that the other
one's a
was
piece
the
of
problem.
shit. Yeah, no.
So I'm trying really hard.
Don't play into it.
To not create a narrative.
Right.
And sometimes it slips out. I'll get like I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. Like I'll get upset. I'm like, you know what? You've been at your fucking mom's. All of a sudden, you think you can swear or whatever.
You can do whatever you want.
And like it'll slip out, and I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's hard. That's fucking navigating that. I don't know how the fuck people do that.
It's difficult, but I know that.
We don't really like bad talk her though.
I
like in front of them.
Yeah, that's the big thing of like.
Kids.
There's so many parents I hear do that shit, and it's like you're just jeopardizing your relationship with your kid because they're gonna grow up and realize all the shit that you were doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't you be the good guy, be the fucking play devil's advocate, don't fucking talk shit about the other parent. they're gonna realize who's fucking them over.
Well, that's
you
the
just
hard
gotta
thing,
wait it out.
It's the hard thing
It's-
is when they're little, the narrative that you sell them is the narrative in their head. So it's
Yeah.
like it's really hard. Like that.
How
that
you talk
fucking
to them about the other
teaser's right
person.
there. That
It's
teaser
so
is right
tempting
there.
to talk shit on
The
that other
temptation.
person, but how you talk to them about that other person and how they think of themselves and other people and how it's okay to speak about women, especially if you have
Yeah.
boys, like
Dude, so
you have
this
to be
is
so careful about that.
it is so complicated.
Yeah.
Like because
Yeah, I can't even imagine, especially if she was like just some of the stuff I heard you talk about before that I'm like, she just was really a monster towards you and your kid, like your oldest kid is so sad, but
yeah.
to not fucking be like this fucking bitch.
Right,
like
right.
it'd be
I know,
so
it's hard.
hard.
It's
And right
really
now that
fucking
the
hard.
kids just see it as, oh, we have one house where there's rules and one house where there's not
They
rules.
they literally
So-
have like
Yeah.
a free for all there.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're gonna go to mom's and fuck shit up. Right. You're gonna go
right.
have fun.
And it's dude, it's so
Are they cool towards you? Like you're playing a very tricky role too in their lives. Like your role in their lives is really fucking hard.
The two little ones love her.
Good. Okay, that's good.
The oldest one
Well, the teenager's gonna be a teenager.
Right.
he
I don't like
he,
anybody.
he cares
Yeah.
about you, but he gets
Yeah. Because
frustrated.
how long have you
Hey,
been
well,
involved?
Almost
years?
4 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so a good chunk of their like he was 9, like not even
Yeah.
9, and then the littles were little.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so they're
long-term
like used to
memories
me
not
being
even installed.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
He was not like 9 when I met him, so he
Yeah.
was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Now I feel like as he's getting more into his teenage years, it's more like there's a lot of
gonna push
pushback.
back. Yeah.
but
That's
when he was
towards
younger, there
everyone,
wasn't
though.
as
That's
much.
not like
but-
directed towards you specifically.
I think.
I'm
Well,
sure.
I think it's not a him versus Paige thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
him
that
versus
the
women.
world.
well,
Women.
and women.
Is he mad at his mom? Is
So-
he getting it now that he's like gonna be mad
He
at his
actually,
mom?
well, he actually at one point asked to live with us full time, but
because of how bad the relationship had
Oh,
gotten. But he
that's
It's gotten better
sad.
since then.
Yeah, but that
But-
sucks to like. Yeah.
there is a my ex is somebody who she doesn't demand respect, which I know that's like a loaded thing to say because it
But
seems
if you're a parent, you need at least
have
some
to.
kind of like law, like rule of anything,
Right.
of like being in charge of anything.
yeah, and that's the thing is that she would rather lay down and just give up the fight than
It's frustrating.
assume
and I am
dominance.
the
And
opposite
Paige
of
well,
that.
especially if you're teaching and doing
Well,
that,
and
and
I-
you already have that in your head to like.
Yeah, so I was a teacher, now I'm a behavior analyst.
Yeah.
So like what I
Holding
do all
people
day is like I'm
accountable.
holding
when
you
have,
accountable.
like,
We're
such a- you're getting handed a real fucking ball of like crazy thing to get into.
Yeah.
To be a behavior analyst and have that where you have to deal with like.
yeah.
That's a lot.
But I'm
of
very
heavy
much like
shit.
I know that if I say this is what's happening,
Yeah.
this is what's happening, and if you're gonna fight me, like
You're not gonna win.
You're not gonna win.
win. Yeah.
And-
What age bracket is yours targeted? Like, are you in a specific like age bracket doing that, or is it like all over? Or?
So I have anywhere right now. I have like 2 to 9-year-olds
Okay.
at the moment,
Okay.
but all with autism. But so
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm using different like strategies with them,
Right.
but I use a lot of it at home too, where I'm
Right.
like, okay, if you do this, then you're gonna get what you want. Like we're reinforcing the good behaviors,
Yeah.
but like if you start to
Yeah.
do
Now-
some things that aren't
But you have to
acceptable,
be
then we're
held
gonna replace
accountable.
that. We're
Yeah.
gonna yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what the oldest is having such a hard time with is being held accountable because at one household, if he pushes back, it's okay, whatever.
Do whatever you want, which is like not real. You're gonna create a fucking monster.
Right.
Like,
Right.
That's not okay for a kid.
But even like down to like when he's like, hey, can I have a snack? And I'm like, yeah, did you do your chores yet?
yeah.
He's like, well, no. I'm like, okay, do your chores first, then you can have your snack.
yeah.
like
you're
it's just
getting
like
an
little
actual
things like that. I'm
reward.
like, you're
Yeah.
And he gets frustrated because
Yeah.
he's not used to the pushback because he knew that like I'm the rules
Yeah.
and mom is the get what you want when you want it kind of deal. And
But you can't let someone figuring out how to be a human being do like that's how you make a fucking psychopath.
That's how you make a Brock Turner.
Like literally a fucking psychopath. Like
Yeah.
ay.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think she's a sociopath or you think she's just like damaged beyond
See,
like is she
one-
just like
one-
hard to
One thing that people like when I was with her or when I freshly broke up with her,
Yeah.
everyone was like, why did you give it so much time? Or like girls that I would talk to would like, like started dating after her would be like, why did you fucking,
You're so young,
why? And I'm like,
you were young when you were with her.
So
That's great. You had a
15
baby
to
at what,
28.
19 or something?
Yeah.
It's like so fucking young. You're figuring out how to be, you're not an adult yet. You don't
Right.
have a fucking fully formed
I
frontal
had,
lobe yet.
first of all, my parents had a
very contentious, toxic as fuck
divorce.
towards you,
Right.
too. Involving
So,
you in that is toxic
my
as fuck.
idea of what a relationship should look like when I'm 15 is like, oh, you're supposed to just scream and flip shit over when you don't agree.
I'm gonna punch a fucking hole in the wall. Like
For real.
that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I did all that
That's
shit. I
scary.
ripped doors off of
Yeah.
walls over like finding out she was cheating, and then she'd like steal all my money out of a bank account and then go fuck another guy, like,
It's
and this
so
was a
bad.
cycle for
Yeah.
13 years. And so like
Yeah.
when I first broke up with her, so many people would be like, I mean, I've heard it
Why'd
even when
you
I was
do
with her.
that so long?
Why'd you give her so much time?
You
Why'd
didn't
you forgive her?
fucking
Blah,
know
blah,
any
blah.
better.
I didn't know any better
Like-
because I was young, but also I had empathy because she had gone through so much shit so fast.
If she's super, super damaged, where you just like, if you have that in you to care so much about someone else.
Well, that was the thing is like, I'm fucking rescuing this fucking scumbag pit bull.
Oh, she's a damsel in distress.
Well,
And you're just like a white dude that's like, I can help her. I can fix her.
well, so she was abandoned in India.
Well,
by
and
her
that's
birth-
her being adopted at 3. She comes to the U.S. and gets adopted by a single white lady.
Eventually, she was
And
adopted
That's weird.
She was adopted and then sent back.
and then returned. First, she was adopted by a family who then the
They,
family
like-
was both teachers. They both got laid off at the same time from the school district, so they returned her to India. And then she
They
got
fucking
adopted.
sent her back
They
to
sent her back, and then she was adopted again by a single woman, who, in my opinion, was more friends with the girls. There's 2 of them. She adopted 2 girls from India, not blood relatives, but sisters by adoption. So she adopts 2 girls from India, and I think that she was friends with the girls instead of a parent figure to the girls, because the way that they act is akin to like a nepo baby. Like they don't have any concept
Sense
of
of
consequences or repercussions for anything they do. It's all selfish. At least it was. But but then and then the mom that adopted them died of cancer when my ex was 17. So it's like you were adopted.
Then you're on your own.
Returned.
But then you're in the system again because
adopted
you're not
again.
18.
She was she
Did they let her out of it?
She didn't have to deal with that. It was only a few months away from her 18th birthday.
That's
But
the U.S. system is fucked.
it was
so bad.
she went
It's
through
so
a lot of
gross.
shit, and then her
Yeah.
and her sister sued each other in probate court for her mom's money. So like the only person on earth that she was fucking
Fighting,
going to war with.
Oh my god.
Because the one sister was saying, well,
But
Mom
if
left
they were
everything to
raised
me.
that way to fucking not have any empathy or any like thought of anyone else and be like, this is mine.
Yeah.
This is mine. Like that's so fucking crazy
Yeah,
to think about.
So I had a lot of empathy because of how much shit that she had went through at such a young age. Like,
Yeah.
and like we split. We were together for like 4 years, and then we split up. We got an apartment. Her mom dies.
Okay.
We get an apartment. We get pregnant with our oldest. She's suing her sister in probate court, and she just
Holy
she's
shit.
got like pregnancy hormones.
Yeah, so
she
she's,
tries
like,
stabbing me.
extra psycho.
I was fixing up the apartment because we were gonna move into the house that we bought, and I'm fixing up the apartment. I tell her I'm like, hey, you gotta leave. I'm like painting. I don't want you breathing in paint, And she flips out. The argument fucking escalates.
Yeah.
And she tries to stab me.
Yeah.
So I call the cops. I explain the situation, and they commit her to the psych ward. And then while she's in the psych ward, she fucks another guy. Fucking 8 months
In
pregnant,
the
6 months
psych
pregnant, 6 months pregnant.
Like
fucks
visibly
a guy,
pregnant.
fucks a guy in the psych ward. I find out about this. I break up with her. I fucking take my baby and we leave.
Yeah.
And I file like emergency custody because she was like trying to hang herself. She was doing
Yeah,
drugs, all
she
kinds
really
of shit
was
after
having
that.
a lot of shit. Postpartum makes some really fucked up things happen to a woman's brain. Like that's super, super scary that people don't bring that up. Like
Yeah.
a couple of my friends that I'm like, man, postpartum was not okay. And then a lot of moms are on their own where like, at least you were around and trying to fucking like
I was trying to make it
be
work.
around. But yeah, that's so scary to have your baby involved in.
Right. And then she would say shit like, come get this baby or I'm going to fucking kill him while I'm at work. And I'm like, well, what the fuck, dude?
Can't leave. I'm going to fucking like lose my job. Like,
Right.
just
And
somebody
I'm the only guy working.
Playing a kid as a pawn in anything is so fucking
Which
gross.
she did all the time.
Yeah,
so I
gross.
take my 1-year-old. We stay together until he was 1. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. I take my baby, I leave, I file emergency custody, and she basically doesn't see him until he's like 3 years old.
So sad.
Doesn't come to any of the visitations. By the way, the visitations were a quarter mile away from her house. I would drive 45 miles.
Yeah, there's no excuse
to go
do
a
that.
quarter mile away.
But I
from
know
her
you had
house.
like supervised visitation.
Because she had all kinds of drugs in her system, and she cussed out the judge during our custody hearing. Said, you're gonna give him whatever the fuck he wants because he's got a fucking file over there. So just do what you're gonna do. And she goes, okay, what do you want? I go, supervised visit. I want full custody, supervised visitation.
Yeah.
She goes, done.
All right,
Look at that.
let's
Look
go.
how that works.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then
So crazy, like
barely.
ugh.
So her relationship with my oldest has been tarnished since that period, which
When I think even if he wasn't old enough to remember, like little kids are really good with energy and like how people move around them and how they act towards them. Like,
he remembers
they'll-
like living at his mom's house, at grandma's house. So like
They'll
he'll say, "I
know
lived
that
at grandma's
something-
house. I lived here. I lived here."
They'll
like-
know that something is not okay with someone.
Yeah.
And it's so sad.
And
It's so crazy.
oh,
'Cause
God.
that's not even like your full long-term memory doesn't start usually till you're 4. Some people it's sooner, but usually till you're 4, and then he knows that it wasn't.
I think he just know like there's just the disconnection is because of her and the way that she's treated him since then. Like it's not that like if
When
we
she
got back
treats
together,
him different than the other two,
Oh yeah.
that's
she
sad.
I
too.
think she's trying to change that now. I
Yeah.
do have to give her credit. Like
Hopefully
she is,
she's
It is
older,
better
like,
now.
getting older, and she's
Yeah.
but it was literally like, I mean, we came when he came to live with us full time. It was
She called and said, or he called and was like, "Mom wants you to come get us," and she was in the background like, "No, not all 3 of you, just you."
and I was like,
That's the Ryan Sickler shit that
we
should listen to. That I'm like, man, that's fucking wild to have your mom be that.
Yeah.
way towards you.
buckle the fuck up. Here
Are
we
you
go.
going into all this? Because we're already at 2 hours.
Yeah. Do you want to leave?
I have to pee.
We'll go pee.
Why don't we do a pee break? Let's do it. Can you pause or do you have to?
Yeah. I mean, we can,
Well, you can keep going. I'll come.
do you
All
need
right,
to
all
pee
right.
too?
I don't have to go, but I'll go. We're doing
Okay.
a
Well,
pee break.
okay. So let me tell you this story.
All right,
while
you
she
tell me
pees,
because
and-
she's
I'm
heard
sure
this
I've heard
400
them all.
times.
My
Sorry.
God.
It's all right.
That was
It's all
the
right.
loudest thing on earth.
I slammed the table earlier. I'm like,
Oh, everyone
I'm
does
very
it. It's like-
reactive. Where I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
I
All
had a
right. So
I had real quick. I had a drummer on here.
Oh,
with
and
his
he's like-
band, and this fucking. He was like. By the way, he was.
this table is very echoic, though.
He was
that's
like.
when I
he's
slammed
like,
it. That I was like,
sonically, I love this.
yeah, that's when I slammed it. I'm like, oh, that's.
Anytime
sorry, guys.
something came
Sorry,
up that he
guys.
didn't like, he'd start acting like a fucking child, and he'd start like flicking stuff and drumming.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
would
go
go
away.
insane.
Like, God, he's
that would
pissing
drive
me
me. Do you ever hear it? Like that's all those like influencer bitches where they're like
off. Doing the ASMR.
and tapping with their nails, and I'm like, I want to punch a fucking hole in the wall. This
Oh, he
fucking
was acting like a
nail
fucking
tapping
child. And he's
shit.
like a
I'm gonna fucking freak out.
He was like a hired gun drummer for the band too.
No,
he was acting like
I
a little
hate that
fucking
so
kid.
much.
Oh, he was
I would tell him to leave. I'd be like, dude, like this
Oh.
is literally an audio podcast, and when I fucking get this to edit it, I'm gonna freak the fuck
yeah,
out,
I was not happy. He like.
dude.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I don't.
You're good, you're good.
He was pissing me the fuck off.
Cut,
And I-
cut
he-
that.
and
Cut that.
I'm
We'll
not
fix
cutting.
it in post.
I am not cutting that. They will not be back because of their fucking drummer.
That shit sucks when you get someone who's a fucking nightmare like
Yeah,
that.
he's a douchebag. He smoked a cigarette in my building and then like came back and pretended he
Who does he
didn't.
think he is? Dave Attell? Get the
Fucking
fuck
asshole.
out of
Right.
here. Get out of here.
Right. But okay, so
Okay, wait. All right, yes. All right. Reset.
Yeah,
The this is a lot of like unpacking this fucking crazy shit.
Yeah,
All right, so go for it.
okay,
Go for it.
so me and Paige were going Christmas shopping,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a call that my son calls me. Hey, buddy, what's up? He goes, Mom said you have to come get us. I go, okay, I'm on my way. right?
Easy.
Like,
Right.
I'm never going to say
No
to that.
problem.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
And then, like Paige was saying in the background, no, that's not what the fuck I said. He can pick you up.
But he
can pick
wants
fucking
them to
you
go
up.
because he's worried about them.
Maybe.
I
think
bet you he's looking out for them too.
Yeah.
That she's in whatever the fuck she's doing, and he wants them to go too.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I pull up, and I'm like, whatever. Like I no problem. I'm getting him.
Yeah.
I pick him up, and he gets in the car, and he's upset, and he's like shutting down. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, nothing. And then
how old is he?
either 9 or 10, and so he's trying to hold it together. He's trying not to cry. And oh God,
I would freak out, dude. Like I'm
I'm
getting a
having-
watery eye.
I know, I'm having a hard time
Dude,
even telling this
anyone
story.
being mean to a kid fucks me up. Like just being shitty to a fucking kid. Like
Right.
what the fuck is wrong
So
with you?
this is what happened. I find out this story by putting it together between what he told me, by what mom told me,
Yeah, her
and by what
side.
the other siblings told me. Is
Yeah.
essentially he got home first
Yeah.
from school, gets off the bus first. The other two were getting home later or whatever for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
So he gets home first. He calls my ex and he goes, "Can I make a snack? I'm hungry." She goes, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
So he makes pizza rolls. Like he microwaves some pizza rolls. In pulling the pizza rolls out of the freezer, he knocks down a bag of vegetables that was open and tied up in the freezer,
Oh,
and it
just makes a
busts
mess.
and just goes whoosh all over the floor.
Oh.
And he gets his food. He walks past
Yeah.
the mess and he goes and eats it.
Yeah.
She gets home, sees the mess, starts flipping the fuck out on him, goes in his room, "I'll let you fucking clean up this fucking mess, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "I'm not doing anything till you tell me why you're yelling at me." And she goes,
How's the 9-year-old logic? The 9-year-old's more logical than a crazy woman.
Right. And
Yeah.
and she's whatever, storms down the hallway,
Yeah.
and he's like playing he's playing his Xbox, and he's like, I'm not doing it because she's screaming at me and I don't even understand what the problem is.
Yeah.
And my daughter runs into his room a couple minutes later and goes, "Mom's throwing away all your Christmas gifts." And he goes, "What?" And he runs out down
Did she tell them that? And
She
they're
was
like
doing it.
4, like
she was doing it, and my daughter ran to go tell the oldest.
yeah.
So he runs down the hallway to see that
Yeah.
she's smashing his
Yeah.
she's smashing. You're just like, we're both gonna cry.
Dude, this shit.
She's
fucking
smashing
can't.
his presents into the garbage
Yeah.
can, breaking everything, and he starts
Like, what are you doing?
sobbing.
Yeah.
And he runs out of the house to like go get space away from her
Yeah.
in her manic episode. And I should have prefaced this by saying that my son loves video games because it's his escape from having to be
Yeah.
the dad, because she puts that on.
Well, and if
He
that
put-
happens to a lot of kids in that situation. That's what I meant when he said, "You need to come get us."
Yeah. So
He wanted to protect them.
Can you get
Yes.
Can you get her food? Can you get her a snack? Can you help change her diaper? Blah blah blah.
Yes.
Like
And he's
she's putting
fucking,
so much
like,
on him.
Like 7 when they were little diaper kids.
Literally, yeah. Like
Yeah.
my mom makes jokes
Yeah.
about this. Like when she would watch him, she'd be like,
Yeah.
"Jamie, come here, let's change your diaper." And then my oldest goes, "Oh, I already changed his diaper." And she's like, you don't have to do that." Like he doesn't even realize that it's a problem.
Yeah.
But okay, so to circle back,
yeah.
his Xbox was his escape from being the third parent.
Right.
When I wasn't there, he was the
Right.
fill-in dad.
Right.
And so she's smashing his presents. He starts like having a panic attack. He runs outside to get air. He's like, "I'm going to go play basketball and get out of the house, get away from her screaming." While he's out there, she had ripped the Xbox out of the wall, runs out into the street and frisbees it and
smashes
fucking
it.
smashes it. And this is when we get the call. So
Yeah.
fast forward to we show up. He gets into the car and he's just devastated. And I go, "Hey, you're not in trouble for what happened here.
Yeah.
You're at my house now.
Yeah.
Whatever happened at that house
You're in my space and
is
you're
what
safe.
that's what happened with them. Or with her. This is not, you're not getting in trouble for this."
Right.
And this pisses me off.
Dog, I would be fucking like I'm
we
like in
take
tears
him-
already. Talk like
we had
you
to-
didn't even elaborate on it. And I'm already fucking in tears.
This is like the 22nd
Dude.
or 23rd of December. Like,
I can't even.
and we have
Yeah.
to Christmas shop right
yeah,
now. Like
you
we
need to do Christmas
we have
and be
to.
like, we need to be like happy and have this like fun, wholesome time.
well, so
with
like
them.
we're behind on Christmas shopping. I think I was waiting for a check because I was still an apprentice. or
Ah,
whatever.
yeah.
And so like
Yeah.
we take them to Walmart
Yeah.
or whatever, and we're Christmas shopping. And so I'm trying to get information out of them still because I'm still trying to piece together what happened.
But they have that weird protective thing over their parent too, the other parent, where they like don't want to rat him out or they don't want to make him look.
And their mom also
bad,
tells
or
them
it's,
to
like,
lie.
and to not
well,
fucking.
yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Or would she do the bribery thing? Like, don't tell your dad. I'm gonna buy you whatever game for your Xbox
she
and
would.
shit.
So
She
just say, "Don't
specifically
tell."
tells kids
Don't say.
not to tell me stuff, and it got to the point where we had to have a doctor inspect my daughter because I was worried.
Yeah.
I mean, but so we
Yeah.
we go to Walmart to go Christmas shopping after this, smashing his Xbox, smashing his
Yeah.
Christmas presents. My son's fucking devastated. He thinks the world is falling apart because of this bitch. And he turns to me. I'm trying to get information out of him, and he goes, "I don't know, Dad. Like, I don't know if when I came out, when I was born, I was just ugly, and she decided that she doesn't love me, but she loves." that she loves the other two, and like I was just ugly when I came out, and she decided that she doesn't love me because
She
she's
doesn't.
always treated the other two different than me.
Different.
And
Those are for sure your kids.
yeah, and it infuriates me,
Dude, I would fucking.
dude. There's so much.
I can't even articulate right now because I'm like, that's such a fucked up thing to like make a kid think in their head that their parent feels that way.
He's
about
looking for a reason why he's always been treated differently than the other two by her. And like, it's changing now, I guess. But my God, you have a steep fucking hill to climb to fix that. Like, for a 9-year-old to not only recognize that he's getting treated differently, but to articulate it and be like, hey, this is so
That's
bad that I
pretty
think my mom
little.
doesn't love me.
and to think that it's like I'm ugly or that, like what the fuck?
Well,
like,
it just
that's
tells you
such
it's a-
fucking crazy
an-
thing to think. Like
It's
You
an
guys
8
both got tissues out?
An
Oh.
8-year-old.
got-
She gave me one.
I'm such a grandma. I always got tissues.
She's.
I'm
it's
such a
an
grandma with allergies in Michigan, but I always have tissues. But I was like, dude, before he even got into any of it, when he first said that he called and he asked to get picked up, and then she's yelling just him, that I'm like, I fucking started getting teary eyed just
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
But to have him fucking say that he thinks it's him and
Yeah.
not her,
Right.
and to recognize as like a little kid, to recognize that it's like, what a fucking awful
That he's getting
thing
treated
to, like-
so differently.
Do you think that's like part of it of like when you got custody? So you guys broke up for a while. You get back together and have the two other kids. How long were you broken up for in that space?
Like 2 years.
And you had full custody of him for that time.
Yeah. And she basically did not see him.
And you said like all the supervised visits and stuff, she wouldn't show up, and you just sit there and like wait it out and be like, okay, we went and
Yeah.
whatever. But do you think a lot of that's like based in that she fucking whatever about him and not being around and you taking him and taking custody is
Yeah.
part of it, like how
I've
she
talked-
treats him?
Yeah, I've talked about that where I was so young that I think I let my mom kind of take the reins on how everything shook out.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have.
Well, and I'm sure she fucking hated this
She
girl,
was
like,
like-
wanted to murder this girl.
She was like, I need to protect my grandbaby. And
I
so like
can't
she was
even
like,
fucking imagine being involved as
I-
a grandma and being like, you give a shit about your grandkid,
Yeah.
dude. I would be insane.
I do think that some of the way that I reacted and got the
You
supervised
wanted- you're-
visitation
and some of that's you're so young that you're like, you could feel like you're hurting her in a way, but she probably didn't give a shit that she didn't have to deal with him.
yeah.
You know, if that was like some kind of selfish component of it,
I-
but
I-
also you're
yeah.
protecting him, like.
I think that's what I worry about is like what were my intentions as pure as I
Yeah.
like to sell it, because I don't know. I mean, like I was
You're too young.
I was 20.
You're
I
way
think
too fucking young to have all that. Like, there's so much nuance in that, and then
I was
you helped
20,
him.
man.
I'm sure you fucking saved his life, because if she was that fucking crazy, like, think of all the moms that they are really truly going through postpartum alone and they do something to hurt their baby is so fucking scary. So
and she
fucking
threatened
scary.
to do
And
it
she
all
threatened
the time.
Constant threats of that is, and to fucking like yell at the judge and shit. Like,
Yeah.
not have a kid be around that, regardless of her actually doing physical bodily harm to him, to lock him in a room and let him scream till he falls asleep or like whatever the fuck. Like, there's so much shit that I've heard with like situations like that where the parents split up and the other parent is just so gross towards the kid just because they like got that time and they just are using it to hurt the other parent is fucking crazy.
Yeah. There's so much. I mean, there's so much.
Dude, but to
unpack with
have
this.
him, that just hurts like my fucking heart so bad to hear him say that. Like, if that shatters me to little pieces, like, how do you fucking like talk to him and be like, it's not you, buddy. Like, you have nothing about you is why she's like this towards you.
Yeah.
That would.
And that's where I have regrets is like it was me being so brutal in court when we were 20 and we were splitting up. The reason that she and him have a tarnished relationship and probably will forever. You know, because I took those bonding years away from her.
No,
by
I
being
think
vicious in court.
This sounds like a person that's like a legit sociopath where like there wouldn't have been like good maternal bonding. That was not a realistic thing that was going to happen.
Yeah.
If someone really is a fucking sociopath and like it's a completely insane film that's like so overacted, but have you ever seen Mommy Dearest?
No. Oh wait, is that the
It's fucking the craziest. Like, you need to watch it. It's so crazy, but what's the broad's name? It's a famous actress and it's like about her. She adopted these kids. And the first couple, she was like a monster towards the older ones. And then the younger ones, she's nice to. So like in their writing about it and telling their tale of it, like the younger ones are like, she was never like that. She was totally fine to us, blah, blah, blah. And then the older ones are like, no, she was a fucking psychopath towards us and so abusive and scary. What the fuck is the actress's name? I'd have to look it up. But Mommy Dearest is like what you're describing.
Yeah.
And it's so horrific to think that a mom.
See, I'm hesitant to like. I'm hesitant to be like. It's absolutely all her. Like there is.
No, you're too like.
Our relationship was
Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford.
Our
thank you.
relationship
Yeah,
was
Joan
so
Crawford.
toxic.
Yeah,
that-
well, both of you had very like fucked up ideals of how you're in a relationship, and then to put a baby in the middle of it, like.
Right.
That's like anybody I've seen, like we have a couple of friends that they already were so gross together and then they'll have a kid and it's like to bring another human being into a situation and be like, this'll help. We'll be better people. Like
Right.
that's such an unrealistic thing to think that that's going to ever save a relationship where it's like such a extra stress and extra complications of constant thinking about all this other shit that you oh man, it's so hard, but it's just sad that that's the way she is towards him is like so awful to
I feel like it has gotten better.
yeah,
It's more of
she's
a
better
a friend.
because maybe she's growing up too. Like that sucks that it sounds like she had a really fucked up life too, and some people like you get raised into being a monster instead of like you have to grow into being a decent person, and that could take a lot of time and a lot of unpacking for someone else to do. And that's just a crazy thing to think about. But
Yeah. Hopefully it continues to get better. I mean, there's so much to unpack that's like there's so much shit that isn't even.
when it sounds like he's like really smart and empathetic that he even had that thought as a little kid to think that like he sees that he's being treated different and that, and hopefully he'll like grow as he's growing and learning more about the world that he realizes like she was super damaged. Like this wasn't completely directed towards him and you guys had a contentious relationship and that's really fucking hard. But he seems like he gets it. Like some little kids are so wise to shit. How I said they get energy, they get certain situations, and they can read people way more. Like people are always like, kids are dumb. I'm like,
His youngest
kids
picks up.
are super smart about emotional sensitivity
Yeah.
stuff. Like, it's really crazy to see how they can read a room.
Yeah.
And you said the youngest is like
the
that
youngest
most-
picks
the
up on a lot of
7-year-old?
stuff, and he like is very
Yeah.
like intuitive.
Like,
Like
it's boy, girl, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, but he'll like ask questions that I don't
Yeah.
even like think about. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, He
Something, like,
always
completely outside the situation.
Well,
Well,
like-
you're like, wait a minute, what?
so my brother passed away before I met them, and so like,
Oh.
but he like
Yeah.
every time we're at my parents' house, he'll like ask different questions, like, oh,
Are there pictures of him up and stuff that he sees
Yeah,
that he's
but-
like knows that he existed at
Yeah.
least and like knows the situation?
Yeah, and he'll be like, oh, so which bedroom was his? Like, or like he
it's
saw like
funny,
a
yeah, that he
basketball,
thinks about.
like a basketball
trophy
hoop on
kind
the
of
wall,
thing.
and he was
Oh.
like, oh, this had to have been Alex's room because he must have liked basketball, like stuff like that. Like he just like
it's
picks
funny
up
where
on.
they're observational and like it's funny when you have a kid that remembers something that is like, oh, we talked about this or this happened when you were like 4, but then they'll bring it up and be like, remember blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah, he's
dog,
like that.
Like what?
Dude, the kids
But
do
we
that
have
to
a
me
couple
all
a
the
couple of
time.
our friends' kids, and I feel like our one little like nephew is very much like that. Like he remembers shit that I'm like pre long term memory shit that I'm like, wait, what? Like this hasn't happened in like 6 years,
Yeah.
but he'll think about something, and that's weird to have that like observational awareness of like, oh, this was his basketball hoop. And
Yeah.
he liked basketball, and to ask what room was his is wild.
Yeah.
Or, like
It's funny because like
He-
when you're raising kids, a lot of the times you're just
Yeah.
trying to get through something to like
just
get,
the day.
yeah, I mean,
To,
just
like,
like
survive the
hey, we're gonna
day.
go to dinner. Let's just get
Yeah.
through dinner without
Can
anyone
no one
freaking
have a
out.
meltdown? We like
And-
eat and
But it like, I mean, it's like the smell the roses thing where like you forget to
Yeah.
be observational as an adult because you're trying
yeah.
to
Well,
keep
like,
the plate spinning.
the
and-
one kid that like stops and picks up a worm off the sidewalk and that kind of thing of like just being present of
Yeah.
of being in a moment of something is so interesting to watch kids go about their day.
we walked into a fucking steak
Yeah.
steak joint and
Yeah.
he looked up on the wall and he go behind the hostess and he goes, you guys have a bunch of cars but they don't like they're not similar cars. Are those lost cars? And she goes, yeah, do you want one? Like those
like
are
that
just,
kid's left there, like
yeah.
little Hot Wheels.
Do you
That
want one?
and he's like, yeah.
I wouldn't have even like. I thought they were just a part of their decor. Like I
Right,
didn't even
literally.
think about the
Stuff
fact that it was.
kids forgot, so
But
they're
he's
just
like,
chilling up there.
Hey, those cars aren't similar to each other, so
yeah,
they're not
it's
a
not
set.
a collection.
So are those lost?
Yeah,
Like
He's super smart.
they all
it's
are.
crazy stuff to think that like a little kid like his brain is working on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope that
yeah.
me and my siblings were
How many siblings?
there was 3 of us originally, and then my parents got divorced and remarried. So now there's
Oh,
like
so then you have all the
13 or
extra,
something now.
yeah, like all the extraneous
Yeah.
people of half siblings. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's all steps. We don't have any halves.
Oh, okay, okay.
But the
But then you have like a Brady Bunch situation going on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
but the
yeah.
so me and my
everybody gets
two
along pretty good.
no, it's fucking horribly toxic.
Oh,
That's another.
and-
That's
yeah.
that's a whole other podcast.
That's an awful.
that's another 2-hour podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
But
But I love
my
hearing-
mom's side is very like I love my.
They're, like,
my,
much more
my step siblings on my
well
mom's side.
well adjusted kids.
Great people. Yeah,
Yeah.
great people. They're
Your
they're-
stepdad was cool and like has good
He-
kids.
That's gonna make me emotional. You fucker.
Jeez, what are you doing to him?
Where this is a
My-
therapy session.
Seriously,
I have my notepad.
my my stepdad is the first positive, accountable,
How old?
honest male role model I ever had.
Oh, how
He's-
old were you when this happened?
15 or so, 14.
Yeah.
But I actually got kicked out of my mom's house like young because I was being a real scumbag.
Oh.
Stealing money from her, stealing cigarettes, stealing
Ah.
fucking booze from her, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, being a kid in Roseville, basically. And
Yeah.
I got kicked out.
You were what Kid Rock wanted to be as a kid.
Yeah, I was like actually living. I was like, yeah. I
You're
was-
the American badass.
they don't even know the shit, like half the shit I was
Oh,
doing.
I
and
think about
got-
shit that my parents don't know because I was like pretty good. I have to say I was pretty good. I never really got in real trouble. But I
Yeah.
think about shit that I was getting up to, and I'm like, man, I'm so lucky that I never like
For
really
real.
fucked up. Like,
Yeah, though the closest we had to
Yeah. Yeah.
having a real big fuck up is me and my sister and brother had a house party when my mom was out of town one time. And
Just trash.
so we had like, and my brother's 7 years older than me. My sister,
so he could go get a keg and shit. And
we were all fucked up.
How?
He's 7 years older. My sister's 3 years older, and we have all of our friend groups are at the house. So there's like
that's a big mix of different, like not okay to be with a bunch of 14-year-old girls and shit. Not okay. Yeah.
So the real problem is that my sister like hit on a dude that was working the Taco Bell drive-through, and he came with a
How much older is she?
3 years older. So she was like 16 or 17 at the time.
But this dude's like
he was the
has
same
a
age.
car and a job.
He actually ended up being a good dude.
Oh, okay. That's
his
good.
name's
Okay.
Dave Canada. Shout out Dave Canada.
All right, that's good.
But his friend was a fucking scumbag.
Okay,
so Dave shows up and he's a good dude. As far as I know, my sister might call me after this and be like, he was a fucking rapist or something. But as far as I know, Dave Canada was a good dude.
Dave Canada was a good guy.
But Dave shows up. He brings a buddy who is a black guy. The only black guy that shows up to the party. And my brother's, who's 7 years older than me, 3.5 years older than my sister. His buddies are
racist
making jokes.
Trash.
They weren't. No. They were all metalheads, all like sweet dudes.
Oh, right. That's different.
But one guy was
punks
like,
and metalheads are like never racist dudes. Like it's really weird if you get like the random skinhead dude, but it's not the norm.
So
not the norm.
One of my brother's friends was making jokes that were not landing right. And he's like, and
haunted.
so me and
did I pull it? I did.
Me and one of
stepping on it.
Me and one of his buddies are. Me and one of my brother's buddies are playing Guitar Hero in the basement.
Yeah.
And we hear this commotion upstairs.
Oh no, there's just a big fucking fight.
And we're like, what the fuck's going on? So like we run upstairs.
Dude, we've had some house parties where there's been a fucking brawl breaks out.
So we get
not okay.
We get upstairs.
Yeah.
Right when the black guy, my mom, it was Halloween time, and my mom has all these little ceramic Halloween houses that she puts around the house.
Yeah.
And I got up there as soon as the black guy swung and smacked one of the houses, and the house flew past my head and hit the guy who I was playing Guitar Hero with. We just got upstairs. Right in the mouth, it broke all of his teeth. And he's like, you want to call me this? You want to call me that? And we're like, whoa, what the fuck? What
no
the
one
fuck?
was saying shit.
And he like punches my brother in the face. My brother goes, what the fuck did I do? And
you're like, you're at my house.
So then with like all of us like grab him and throw him out the front, off the front porch.
We had a big brawl like this.
So this guy's flipping out. He's like, they're racist. And we're like, no, we're fucking not. What the fuck happened? Well, it came out that like our friend was making racist jokes. He's a fucking idiot. You should have punched him. You punched the wrong guy. You broke the wrong guy's teeth. And so we throw him out the front porch, close the door, lock it, and the guy picks up a fucking brick, like a brick paver that was around my mom's garden, picks up a brick paver and tries to throw it through the bay window, which is like a 5 foot by 5. Dave fucking tackled his arm right when it was happening. He's like, no, and stopped it from happening. And he
shout
like
out Dave Canada.
Shout out. Well, I don't know. He might be a scumbag. I'd have to ask my sister.
He's solid in my book. He saved the fucking picture.
He saved the bay window.
If that bay window got broke, it would have been
you guys would have been dead.
$1,000s.
Like your mom would have killed all.
She would
of
have
you.
fucking. She found out about it because Ryan
she had
broke
a fucking brain aneurysm.
Ryan's teeth got fucking smashed. All of his teeth were
God.
broken. He had to get like complete
legit implants.
Like, yeah. All like I think the front 6 teeth were fucking smashed right out of his face. And me and him were playing Guitar Hero 30 seconds before it happened.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do
How
with the
old is
situation.
he? He's like fucking 13 too.
No. That was my brother's friend. He was like 20.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Holy shit,
and
dude.
oh my god, the amount of shit that my mom doesn't even know about that we.
This
did.
is when she's a single mom, so she's out of town. And then this dude comes into her life, so she starts dating this guy when you're 15, or they got married when you were 15?
They might have got. I think they got married when I was 17.
But this is like the first solid figure in your life.
So
this dude, your stepdad.
I'm gonna say my dad has a moral compass that he preaches.
But the talking shit on your mom and going back and forth with that and putting you guys in the middle is like not okay.
I mean, like my dad definitely had a moral compass that he was trying to instill on us. But there was so much drama in the family that it was like, hey, that's not who you actually are, or like that's not what you're showing us to do.
Yeah,
you're just telling us to act this way, but you're not doing that. You know,
you lead by example, not by what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
that's what's such a
And then
fucking weird thing that people will do to kids.
Yeah. And then my stepdad comes into my life, and then he's like the most solid, accountable, mostly. I mean, there was, there's issues like there is with anybody, but he's for like 99% of the time, he's a extremely accountable guy who's like,
Yeah.
this is how we should
Well, and
do
he's
it.
figuring
This
shit
is
out,
how you
too.
should do
Yeah.
it. And to have a guy who owes me nothing. I mean, I was almost an adult when I met him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been him and my mom are the only two people who have consistently been in my corner through all the shit that I've been through.
Yeah.
It's like I'll fucking kill for
It's
that
a
guy.
lot.
You know, the guy
a lot.
owes me nothing.
But
if
a
his
good-
last name wasn't so fucking hard to spell, I probably would have changed my last name to his name. I'm not kidding.
But a good guy and somebody who's a good dad, like, that doesn't matter if it's their actual child or not. Like, he's not going to let you fucking drown.
right.
You know, that's somebody who's a good dude is going to take care of everyone. It's
Yeah, but he's gone above and beyond the like, oh, you should help. It's like,
But that's
oh, hey,
part
hold
of
on,
loving your mom. Like, if he's a legit good dude and he loves your mom, he's going to take good care of you guys, too. That doesn't...
which he always has.
Yeah.
He has in spite of our behavior.
Yeah.
Which...
But he's understanding where you're coming from. If you were coming out of all that crazy shit that was going on, that's a lot. Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit that I did that like, man, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? But I don't want to undercut it and be like, well, I was a kid, but I was a kid and I made some fucking weird decisions. I stole. I mean, my mom had like a $2 bill collection. I fucking stole it. And just stole hundreds of dollars in $2 bills and spent it on bullshit like buying a buddy's bike from him and like buying cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, spent hundreds of dollars of her collection in $2 bills, just for, you know what I mean?
I
And
love
like,
how I had a $2 bill and I was at like, it might have been like a Taco Bell or some bullshit like that. And they're like, this is fake. I'm like, it's not, but all right. Like, I can spend other money, but I'm like, why did I try to spend that?
Yeah.
Keep that? But
Probably
that
worth
is funny
fucking
that it's
$4.
like, yeah.
Dude,
It's funny to think about that. It's like a whole collection of $2 bills where you're like, hell yeah.
Right. I think she
Make
probably
it
heard
rain.
that like they were gonna stop making them, so they're gonna be worth
She's
a
like
ton of money.
hoarding them. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
That's
oh, I'll
so
steal
funny.
them.
Man, when I waited tables, I would get silver coins all the time. And I had like, do you know those dollar bills that'll be like a silver mint, whatever dollar bill? So it has like a blue stamp on it instead of all green. And my dad is like such a coin nerd, so I knew what to look for. But I'm like, man, this person thinks they left me like 75 cents. And I'm like, they left me like a $20 tip because it was all silver coins. And like, just keeping your eye peeled on stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I wonder if $2 bills, and the people are going to start hoarding pennies now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
People are going to start fucking hoarding pennies and stuff. And it's like, what
I was
a
just
weird
joking
thing.
about that. Like how many bars are gonna peel up their epoxy fucking penny tables now?
Oh, yeah, like the whole bar is all pennies.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's $1 million. What did we do?
People are so funny.
Start
and stuff
melting
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Start melting the
We
epoxy
need the
away.
copper.
Yeah. God. So wild. Yeah.
What a, like, it's nice that you were lucky that you had that come into your life to have a good solid influence, because that's making you a good dad too. And that's what I mean about a good dude's gonna know that how much that influences your life and how much that helps you.
Yeah.
And that's especially if you're trying to figure it out to be a good parent too. Like, that's saving so much generational trauma, just being around and being like decent.
Yeah.
Not even above and beyond or whatever, like just being decent to somebody else's kids that aren't yours. Like, it's wild how many people don't see that and don't fucking figure that out,
Or don't ever
they,
get
like,
it, or
don't
understand what
try.
they're doing. Dude, the amount of people that don't work on themselves, and I'm like, you know what's fucked up about you, but why are you choosing to like stay bitter and angry and fucked up?
Yeah.
Like you know what you went through as a kid, and you're staying this way.
That's people that I said, like a couple that we were friends with that we're not friends with anymore, that they like brought a kid into their gross toxic ass relationship. And then I had like another friend that recently was like splitting up, and like young kids, and just being a fucking asshole. And it's like, it's your friend, so you just like want to be okay, but also being a friend is like calling people out on their bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you aren't going to help them grow as a person with just agreeing and being like, whatever, it's cool, man, like do whatever you want. Like, no, you need to, if you're a real good friend, you have to be like, hey, you're fucking up your life and you're going to fuck up your kids' lives. Like, don't let parents do shit that you see that's like, I'm in a tricky position not being a parent, but I'm also like, I'm a kid from a very like weird relationship where my parents are still together, but it was a lot of fucking crazy shit when I was a kid. And I'm like, don't fuck your kids up by being a selfish asshole. Like, you need to fucking not play that game. That's parents that, like how you said, talk shit about the other parent and start all this drama and like put the kids in the middle and the kid's a pawn in playing these games. Is like, don't fucking do that.
Right.
That's so gross. It's so fucking crazy. Because that's, I give big credit to like my fiance's mom. Like, she's passed now, but when I first started coming around, I'm like, he's like 19 when we first started hanging out, and his mom didn't say shit about their dad until they were older adults. Like, their dad was like a party animal, a fucking maniac, like on drugs, drinking, like he was a problem. And he would talk shit on her, where it's like, well, she's the stable one. She's the one that like has a house and not a trailer, and they have support and get to school. And it's like, he was a friend dad.
Yeah.
How you said, like, he was their buddy, not their dad. He's like, you go over, like, I started going over there. I'm like 16. We're all underage drinking at his house. And it's like, you come in and other friends of ours that are even younger than us are like shit housed already when you get there. And it's like, this is not okay. Like, we're so lucky that nothing ever happened. Like, really, like.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Dude,
crazy.
It's funny looking back, like, now that I feel like I'm like almost kind of repeating history with my parents and trying to take lessons.
Yeah, the cycle repeats itself, and that's where you have to like break generational trauma, is just figuring that out and like cutting it off before it happens.
Yeah.
Because you'll see shit that you do that, like, I see shit that I say to my like little nieces and nephews that I'm like, oh, I'm so my mom. It is so crazy. Like, I'm so my mom, and how I talk to kids and stuff.
Dude, and I grew up like when I was like a teenager into like early teens. I hated my mom because I had like fully fucking drank the Kool-Aid.
Well, if you think everything's her fault because he's fucking feeding that into your head,
right.
And that's what I mean about you talking about your ex around your kids, is like, they're learning how to speak about women and how to treat women, and you have to like fucking proceed with caution, because you don't want them to be a piece of shit like that. Like, you don't want them have that cycle back.
We had to have a conversation one time because she was kind of upset with me because I defended
you said
my ex.
something. Oh,
I defended my
but
ex.
that's
and
not
she was
letting
like,
her have, like, not letting your ex have that toxic behavior where you have to.
I was like, hey, hold on. If like, and you weren't like, I don't know if you remember this conversation, but like we were like,
I don't know.
You were like, what? Like, why are you being neutral in this? Like, I think we were talking one-on-one, but I was like, hey,
you guys aren't around the kids, but then you have to be like.
But I was like,
all right,
hey,
but we have to like let them know that her behavior is not okay either, because that's a very difficult thing to navigate too. Like,
right. But I was like, I remember saying to you, like, hey, like, if we don't work out, how would you want me to talk about you? Like, even though she's being a scumbag, I'm not letting her fuck with my life. I'm not gonna, like, I'm still gonna have boundaries. I'm not gonna let her run our lives and like dictate what happens in our lives. But also, you get comfortable with certain words coming out of your mouth. And
it's hard. It's so hard.
And if we just relentlessly talk shit about her in private, it's gonna leak into our kids' ears.
Well, and it slips out.
And
when you're mad or something, and it slips out, and you're like,
and it does happen, but like, I don't want to get in the habit of.
Yeah, no. Especially the little.
You make it sound like I talk shit about her all the time.
No.
You've been like the best like diplomatic person throughout the whole thing. Like, you were like jumping in where you're like, she's getting better, she's working on herself. Like, you've been the most diplomatic on everything, where I'm like, what's this bitch saying to this kid? I'm like, what did this 9-year-old have in his head?
I think we were having a conversation about like how we were going to go about something, and you were like, I would hope that you'd give me that much grace or something like that, and I was like, I don't remember exactly the context of it.
Well, just like if you guys split up at all, like how you would talk about how you would like approach it with them or something like that? It sounds like.
I don't remember exactly. I think it was I think it was
But it's
basically
just-
like, hey, we're gonna do this, and you're like, I think it was about the house and me not suing her out of the house.
Oh, okay.
And you were like, I don't think you'd let me get away with everything you've let her get away with.
Yeah.
And
I probably did say something like
and
that.
I was like,
But she if she legit did, especially when you guys owned a home together so young and you had the babe, like
yeah,
that's a lot of
She got a
heavy
lot of
shit
oh
that
my
you have
God.
to deal
There's
with.
so
Like,
much
She got away with a lot of stuff.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some shit we'll talk
Yeah.
about. We can talk about off mic.
Yeah.
But there's I don't have a relationship with my dad's side of the family because of her.
Yeah.
Because they
Chose her.
chose to believe her bullshit.
Over
Because
you
my-
when you were trying to fucking protect your kid and like keep your kids safe.
Before that,
There's a whole story.
All right.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of shit I don't know, but it's wild to have family that's like your actual family do that shit. Where like
well, because my dad's a pussy.
there's
Wow.
like
He's
friend.
a fucking pussy. and
I've
he
had
won't-
like
he
friend
doesn't have
breakups
any-
and stuff, and people when they pick sides, it's so
My dad
strange to me when
has
people
no
pick sides.
backbone
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I've said this a million different ways.
You
but
guys have
but-
no relationship now, or is he?
Oh, he
have
has
like
a phony one where he'll show up
He
to my
tries
kids'
to.
birthday
But he
parties. and
comes around for
I've-
the kids.
I've probably seen him. I can probably count the amount of times
That's so
on both
gross.
hands.
Yeah,
and we're getting
There's-
married.
And we're getting
Bullshit.
married.
she
And
hasn't
like,
met half my siblings.
dude, that's like me and Nick being together forever. Like Nick and I, we're engaged, but I'm like, whenever we do our wedding, where there's like most of his family on the dad's side, that I'm like, oh, I've seen this cousin 4 times in 20 years.
yeah.
Literal fucking like over 20 years, and they're like, we want to invite blah 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 and this that and the other. I'm like, you aren't even fucking invited. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
his step siblings
That I'm
I've
like-
never met.
I've been around for a long fucking time, and if you wanted to be involved in our lives, you would have.
would've
Like,
been.
there's
Chance the Rapper said it best.
Dude.
I don't want no one at my wedding that won't be there for my marriage.
dude.
He said
That's
it
some
best.
wild shit, because that was like Nick's brother got married and had this big, like, beautiful, elaborate wedding at this like it was like a country club, like a real fucking nice venue, and the one cousin is like just causing problems and this shit, and he's like, he wanted his girlfriend, who he hadn't even been with long, wanted his girlfriend's kids to come to, like, it's like $125 a plate or whatever the fuck. Guess how old these kids are?
Oh, God.
3.
17 and 19.
Oh.
And he's like, well, if they can't come, I'm not fucking coming. Da, 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 da. And he's like, okay. Like,
Don't. They can
I'm
stay
like,
home.
dude. And I was like, that's something that, like, Nick's brother's so fucking nice, but I'm not. And I'm like, no. Like, I've seen this motherfucker 3 times. And, like, at that time, it was probably, like, 16 years into our relationship. And I'm like, he calls you when he's, like, trying to sell you an Xbox that's hot, or he wants money or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever about this fucker. But he ends up showing up. So him and his, like, stripper girlfriend trash come, and they're at this nice fucking place. He's in a wife beater and fucking khaki shorts
Jesus Christ.
at a fucking wedding,
What an
at a
asshole.
fucking, like, it's literally like some kind of fucking country club, and they end up causing a fucking scene throughout the whole thing.
Of course.
And that's, I put my foot down on ours, where I'm like, we have no plans. I'm like, I don't give 2 shits about anything with wedding stuff. I'm not that kind of broad. If you like it, great, good for you. It's just not my thing. And we have all these people that are like, we're gonna be at this thing and this thing, and I'm like, what? Nuh-uh. Like, I've seen you like fucking 3 times in 20 years. Like,
Yeah.
are you on fucking crack?
No,
Like,
I'm having a hard time
Yeah,
with that now.
I go out of my way to try and set shit up with people, where, like, he has people that are, like, up in the UP, and, like, his one cousin and aunt are up in the UP, and they literally are, like, around the corner from my dad's family that we're actually going to see, and I give them, like, a heads up, like, a month ahead of time, and then the day that we're supposed to hang, they're like, oh, we went to the beach. We went to da-da-da.
We're doing something we could do any other day.
fucking any day.
Yeah.
And we're up there for a week, and you fucked off when I, like, I'm the coordinator. You know, I'm the fucking plan maker, reach out, talk to everybody, do all these plans. And I'm like, dude, if you didn't fucking like get it together to even bother to have like, I'm like, well, after the beach, do you want to like, we can swing by, like we're around the corner. And they're like, oh, we'll be too tired. I'm like, these people don't give a fuck about you.
They
Like
don't
it's
wanna see
it
us.
and that's that shit with the kid, that's that shit with the mom, the parents. I'm like, if your cousins and your auntie who loves you and cares for you, like can't even fucking make an hour or 2 hours to do whatever the fuck, like that fake caring about someone is so fucking frustrating to watch as like the outside observer, where like I went out of my way to make these plans and you don't give a fuck about my dude, where I like care too much about this situation happening.
Yeah.
It's so fucking enraging to me, and I'm not that nice to like forgive that. I'm like, no, they had plenty of fucking time to figure it out. I gave them a month's warning of like us being around, and it sounds like you have shit going on like that.
He's
and I
more
don't-
forgiving about it, I feel like, than I
I'm
am.
having a hard time with it.
Because I'm like, I've
I-
never met these people.
You have your family you make. You have your friends that are your family, and you have that family that you make, and they give a shit, and they'll really go out of their way for you, and you have that like blood, and trying to invest that time because it's blood is
Dude, I woke up. I woke up. I had a dream.
I don't know if you should tell this dream.
I'm telling it. Fuck it. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna pretend. I don't lie
Right.
because I grew up around
Right.
liars. So fuck them.
It's
I
not
had
your
a
fault
dream.
that they do this shit that gets things in your psyche to be dreaming
Right.
about shit.
I had a dream that we were at our wedding,
Right.
and I had invited all the people that I was socially obligated to invite,
which
and,
is
and
such
I fed,
horseshit.
and I fed them,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I got up and I was like, "Hey, you," and I listed off like 30 people, and I go,
Meet me on the dance
meet me
floor."
on the dance floor," and then I go, "Your time here's up. I've met my social obligation. Now get
And
the
they
fuck
get
out of
out.
my wedding." And I was like, I'm gonna do this for
You
real.
have your lizard brain. That part of your lizard brain that's protecting you is working. It's working. You need to
there's
listen
so,
to it.
Dude, there's so much shit I want to
Dude,
say.
you need to listen to that.
Yeah, I don't
There's-
don't want them at the wedding, but I'm socially obligated to invite my dad and his fucking pack of retards from Westland.
Wow.
Yeah,
I can't.
I get it.
Yeah,
I've said it on stage twice. like
hate
I don't
that
like
word.
saying it. I'm sorry, I don't like saying it. I try not to, but I
I
get
don't
when
either.
you're
But
like
they're exactly
when you have
fucking-
people that are like fucking just trash. That's those like cousins and nicks that I'm like they're fucking trash.
They're
They
trash
only
that
talk to
pretend
you
that
like
they're not.
they literally only talk to you and act like they care about you when they want something or they want to sell you a fucking Xbox and they're like gonna go buy Percocets and shit. And I'm like, you don't have to deal with that. You are not indebted to them in any way. If they wanted to be part of your life, they would have fucking made a point to be part of your life. And
Right.
you have to
Right.
fucking let that go. I know that's so like that's so much to like absorb and be like, all right, just fucking rip the bandage off.
Not only are
and,
they
like,
not involved, they were actively
against
colluding
you though to have
against
this
me
where
with
like
my
you
ex.
said that they fucking like picked her, like
They actively colluded
then you
against
need
me.
to fucking cut
with
them
my
off.
ex.
Like fucking rip the bandage off.
My
It's
Let her
so, like,
invited her to Christmas.
dude, that's a fucking crazy
So that I
move.
couldn't
like, that's
go.
a crazy move.
because of a PPO I had against my ex.
Ay, ay,
I
ay.
couldn't go to my own family's fucking holiday.
That's such a fucking crazy thing to choose. That's such a choice for them to do, and they like. And
Well,
that's,
we wanted the kids to come, and we didn't want them
so
to
they
miss
couldn't
out,
come with you.
which I've never missed a holiday. I've
Like you-
never missed a holiday.
You couldn't bring your own children.
Well, we didn't want them to miss out on anything. And we know that you wouldn't have shown up. I haven't missed a single holiday until
Family
yeah.
shit, dude. That was like just shit going on in that side of the family. How I'm talking about that, like the grandma is sick, and it's like we need to go see her, but to deal with the fucking aunt who's like created all these narratives with our sister-in-law that I'm like, oh, I don't want to get into it obviously here to air that, but I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a fucking person that just makes so many problems that I'm like, these people literally go out of their way to make drama. And with people that they shouldn't fucking. Nick and my brother-in-law are like two of the nicest fucking accepting, cool, like the best people. and they just go out of their way to cause shit with them.
Dude,
and it's like, why? Why do some people fucking love drama like that?
So I'm like a viciously honest person. And
Yeah.
not like I'm just gonna be. I'm not gonna be.
I don't do it as a malicious thing, but I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm gonna speak my mind.
And that's what I
like,
mean. Yeah.
Hold
And-
my beer. I'm gonna speak my mind because
And-
this shit, like people not talking about it and people being polite because it's family.
Yeah.
That's why these people fucking get away with acting like this all the time.
that's
like
why
you need to like
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah,
That's that's such a shitty thing that
Not
you're like.
holding people accountable, I think, is way more malicious than being the guy who's holding someone accountable for being a lying sack of shit.
We had this beef once, like Nick's grandma and I had this beef because I said something like Nick's mom was unemployed and I said something at this like group and I'm like, whatever, she's fucking,
That's staying down there.
she's unemployed. Like, what the fuck? But she acted like I was like bad mouthing her. She's like, well, what if I went and told everybody your dad's an alcoholic and da-da-da? And I was like, I fucking talk about my dad being an alcoholic. Like, what
You think
the
you're gonna
fuck?
offend me with
like,
the truth?
Yeah, literally, you don't talk about it, and you're gonna like use it as a weaponize it. Like I talk about it out loud. Who
Yeah.
gives a fuck? Like that's
Right.
I didn't do it.
Well, and
he
that's-
doesn't drink now. Like he's recovered. Like it was just such a weird like turn of like someone who's so nice, but then something made her mad. She like
You see who she really is.
she like turned it on me to be like. It was such a bizarre thing to see that facade change.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
that,
I think
like,
that's what's so freeing about being viciously honest is like, oh, you don't have anything that I don't talk about
hiding
myself.
shit. I don't care
You
because
can't-
it's
there's
doing
nothing-
comedy too, where like people. I talk about it. I go on all these shows and like talk about myself and my relationship and like all this shit, and then people will be like, "What about?" Or I'm gonna use this on a roast. I'm like, I don't like anything that I want private. I'm never saying out loud, and 99% of the shit that's in my head, I'll just say. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Right.
A human being, whatever. Like, who cares? But to weaponize it against somebody and that shit, saying that you wouldn't come with your kids is so fucking wild to
Yeah.
do to someone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a whole fucking narrative around
Yo.
that like it's like the most boring ghetto ass Westland horror version of Game of Thrones
But I don't get why.
that this revolves around my fucking dad and his wife and his family.
Did she worsen it when she came into the picture? Did that worsen it?
Way worse.
Yeah, that
Yes,
sucks. Because you got
way
both
fucking
sides of
worse.
the coin. That you have the stepdad that's like great,
Amazing.
and then you have the stepmom that's the evil stepmom. You have the Cinderella story.
Treated my sister like shit. My sister's different,
Oh,
and she treated my sister.
That's sad because
like
you had
a pain in the ass.
three siblings, but it's like the oldest, your sister's the middle, and you're the youngest. So
Yeah.
you have the same setup with your three kids too, because it's a big age
Boy, girl,
gap.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's a big
yep.
age gap. Yeah. But that sucks to be fucking. That's so gross to me when an adult comes into the situation and is gross, like shitty towards
I don't
the
know,
kids.
like,
is such a wild.
She was okay in a lot of situations. Like most situations, she was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But as we've gotten older, it's gotten more and more
Yeah.
toxic and worse
Yeah.
and more aggressively
Is
against
she
us.
like way nicer to her own kids and just
Yeah. Oh yeah.
it's so
her
gross.
kid.
They're prince and princesses and
Way
can't
nicer
fuck
to
up.
Yeah.
his
One of
ex,
them.
too.
One of them is successful, so she rides that dick hard. One of them's a fuck up, and she helps that one out.
Constantly making excuses.
And the other one is
Neutral.
has severe anxiety issues and baby's that one, and he needs it.
But
He
you're like
needs
feeding
it.
into it though.
But
How is she?
But then
towards-
I'm like,
towards your kids. She's nice towards your
I
kids.
don't know. Are you sure?
Or you don't get to
I
see
guess.
it?
I don't see it.
No.
because she's with the mom. Like they're with the mom.
Yeah,
when
they're buddied up. They're fucking.
It's so fucking crazy.
There was text message. My ex's phone got shut
It's
off.
so crazy.
My ex's phone got shut off, and
Right.
my oldest had a cell phone, and I check his phone once in a while.
Oh, and there's shit
There was
between
text
them.
messages from my
too.
ex to my stepmom where they're colluding against me to get me arrested so that she can win in custody.
Even though you'd
in a
already
custody
had
battle.
custody of the first kid, and then this is now.
By the way,
after when it's with the
I
three.
spent anytime they needed anything, I would go over there and help, bust my ass fixing something around their house, doing what I could, and they would. I mean, I would ask them for help, and like, I don't
People
know.
will
My
have
dad would
this,
do
like-
like bare minimum shit to help me as like a young guy with
like,
3 kids.
Literally, like, can you like come by and hang out while I like go
Grocery
fucking-
shopping.
Yeah.
we can't. Oh, I don't know. She's got, she's having a hard time, and I have a broken ankle, and bullshit, all bullshit. But like,
as soon as his ex says, "Hey, can you come help?" Oh
They
yeah, no
jump
problem.
on it.
no hesitation at all. And like, I don't need people in my life to help me.
No, but there's like.
But like, as
some
a young guy,
some expected like
with 3 kids,
for fucking grandparents to just like lift a finger is like such a. It's not a huge ask.
Zero, like no help.
That's
from
not
them.
a
No
huge
help from
ask
them.
to ask to be like, yo, can you hang out while I go grocery? It's not like you're like, I'm going on a fucking bachelor party for a whole weekend. Can you come stay with 3 kids? Like going to the grocery store is like
Nothing.
they need
no
to
help.
like
right,
eat.
But, right, and when we split up, they watch, because my ex works midnights. They watch my kids for her, like 3 days a week.
But won't for us.
They don't do anything for me. They don't help me. They don't even talk to me. Yeah, it's infuriating. And
What's the custody situation? Like, how often does she have them?
she has the 2 little ones 2.5 days a week.
You have full custody of the oldest one still?
I do, but he's been going there recently.
He'll go with them.
Now he's
To, like,
now
hang
he's
out
starting to
or-
do that, but I think it's because he wants the freedom of her house. He gets to like
True.
He gets to drink Monster and
Monsters
stay
and
up all
play
night.
video
He's like
games.
on the video games all night.
Then he comes home miserable for a day and a half.
Yeah,
and
well, then he's like,
and then he straightens back out.
yeah,
To,
he has to sober up on dad's time, like go
Right.
through detox from monsters.
for
Literally.
real. Yeah. I mean, there's no
It's
joke
true.
there.
It's
but
true.
yeah, and
Oh,
it's just
What if,
asinine.
like,
The
weird-
only person on that side of the family who's ever defended me, and I
Mm-hmm.
heard about it, was my little brother, my brother that's 10 months younger than me.
yeah, but it was her kid.
That's her kid.
yeah, your
who-
step sibling.
Flipped out on everyone on Christmas and said,
Good.
"Why the fuck is this bitch here and Matt's not here?
Yeah, good.
This is Matt's kids. This is Matt's family. Why the
Yeah.
fuck is she
This
here?"
is like this past Christmas or a
It was
while ago.
3 years ago. He's the only one that I know that's defended me.
At
Everyone
least
else,
he like fucking gets it. 'Cause
everyone
some people
else
will
has
never be like
exiled me.
say shit, and it's like you need to call people out on their bullshit. That's such a wild
every
thing to
fucking
do.
one else has exiled me from that
Especially
family.
if they know all the shit where she was like threatening your first kid and fucking being a maniac.
They know
and,
all
like,
of it.
She didn't want him around, and like, how could you hear a 9-year-old say that he knows that he's getting treated different and he thinks that he's ugly or something's wrong with him? How could you fucking know that and then be on her fucking
They
side?
know all of it.
That's such a
They know
fucked up,
all of
like,
it, and they picked her side.
That's such a fucking
Because my dad, this circles back to my dad's a fucking pussy.
unforgivable behavior to have.
My dad's a bitch with no spine, and his wife decides where they go. What his wife
Oh, he's
decides
just
the
totally
narrative.
pussy whipped. All right, I
He's
didn't
a
know he was
bitch.
like so pussy whipped.
He doesn't
that
even
it's
like her. He's been talking shit about her since they got married to me.
So,
Oh, I mean,
do you?
since they got married, he's been talking shit to me
you.
about her.
I get you.
Oh, you fucking! I'm so sick of this. I'm gonna sell the house and move to Alaska. I'm not dealing with this no more. Blah blah blah. You're a bitch, dude. You play in the middle of the street. You get
What
hit
a
by both
wild,
sides.
what a wild way to behave as an adult.
He's a
man.
fucking.
Like
He's a bitch. He's a liar and he's a bitch. Dude.
you're
And
lucky. It sucks you got the shitty side of it, but you also have the good side of
Thank
it. So it's like
God
you're so lucky to
that
have
my
like this
stepdad-
good, solid dude.
There's 2 steps of like Matt's
Yeah.
recovery from being a fucking dumbass liar.
Well, and imagine if
becoming an
that guy
accountable
didn't
man.
come into your life where like he wasn't around at all. Like, who would you be?
I'd be
Who
a
would you-
mini my dad.
Yeah.
There was two
Yeah.
2 steps into me becoming an accountable, honest man. And the first step was my mom marrying the man that she met. That was the first step of starting to see what a man
Yeah.
is supposed to be. And then
Have you
being
ever
an-
told him that?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good.
And then being an apprentice, working
Yeah.
around 1,000,
A bunch of dudes, like
a
men.
1,000 men.
Yeah, like,
who are like,
tough
hold
dude.
on, you're telling me you're coming to work and you're gonna talk shit about your wife? Hold on, you're gonna come
Yeah.
to work and you're gonna talk shit about your
Yeah,
girlfriend?
they call you out on
That's
shit.
the kind of guy you're
Dudes-
gonna be?
Dudes like that bust balls and like they'll call you out on shit. If you're not acting right,
Yeah.
they'll straighten you, out.
You come to work, you talk shit about your kids?
They're gonna straighten
That's
out
why
your-
you're fucking here, suffering in hell at the
Yeah.
steel mill,
Yeah.
working, getting burned, welding pipe all fucking day. You're here suffering in hell, so you get to go home to those kids. You're gonna come here and
Yeah.
talk shit about them.
Yeah.
Like those are the kind of guys that will hold you accountable and change the way you
They
think.
will call you out on shit.
And those
like-
men are necessary,
Yeah.
man. They're absolutely necessary. And they also like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You're gonna let me get this straight. You don't have any money, but you're not gonna go to work on the weekend when it's offered.
And you get like double time.
Yeah,
And
double
it's like,
time,
come on,
time and a
stupid.
half,
Like,
yeah.
hey, dumb.
Wait, hold on. You're always complaining about money, but you go to the bar every break that it's offered, and then you spend your money on beer instead of keeping your money for your kids. Like those
Yeah.
men hold you accountable, and they
Yeah.
change the way you think.
Well, and especially like that working class like that, and that's a tough job, and that's going through the whole apprenticeship and all that shit. Like they know the struggle.
They know what it's
They
like because
know the
everyone there
struggle.
went through it.
Yes, and all of them have a family, and they all like. That's a bust ass job, and they're gonna fucking call you out on your shit when you're not acting right, which is
It's important.
it's good. It's lucky that you had that experience.
It's important, and
Yeah.
and it revealed to me how much bullshit I
Yeah.
had in my mind that I
Yeah.
thought was reality, and it's like, no, motherfucker. Let me show you the real way
Yeah.
to do these things, and let me show you the real way to think. Like, let me show you the right way to go about this, the safe way to go about this.
Yeah.
You know, and those. I mean, those.
It's funny because in society where people shit on those people, where it's like any kind of grunt work or whatever, and they'll shit on those guys, and it's like these are the people that like make shit work and like the unsung hero of society of having any kind of job like that. Any kind of labor job is such a fucking thing of like how they push people to do a degree, and you want to do this, and you need to go to be a doctor and go be a nurse and blah 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 blah. And it's like the trades. It's such a funny thing until like I even think about it with like what was Mike Rowe's show?
Dirty Jobs.
That Dirty Jobs, more like showing and focusing on tradespeople. And it's like, oh, they're fucking smart. They're well educated. They like busted their ass to do what they're doing. And it's such a funny thing to it's turning around. More people are getting into the trades now, but it's I was that generation of like, you have to go get a bachelor's degree. You have to do this and higher education. And, and I'm like, do you know how much I wish I did not fucking do a bachelor's degree and how long it took me to get my bachelor's degree because I was working the whole time?
Yeah.
And I still owe a fucking stupid amount of money.
I mean, not to. This is not a
so
put down on you,
frustrating.
but she has Paige has a
Yeah.
master's degree.
Yeah.
I have a master license as a steam fitter, and I make
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like when she was a teacher and I
Yeah.
was a journeyman pipe fitter, I was
Yeah.
making 3 times as much as her.
This last year, I've been looking for a new job, and a bunch of jobs are asking for a bachelor's and want to pay under $20 an hour.
It's crazy.
It's hilarious.
And I'm like, that's fucking criminal how shit is.
By the way,
And I'm like, I wish I went to be a plumber. Like, I genuinely can't be grossed out by like anything. And I'm like, I wish I fucking was a plumber's apprentice. Like, what the fuck?
you'd start at $20 an hour. as a
Literally,
plumber
and then
apprentice.
you fucking like anything. I wouldn't be able to do electric. Electricity scares the fuck out of me. But I'm like, any trade that I'm like welding, fucking pipe, doing whatever, that I'm like, I fucked up. That I like was convinced by 2 people that have higher degrees to just like, you have to get this. You have to get this. And it's like, now I owe $63,000 and I fucking, the 99% of the jobs that are hiring are like, oh, you need a bachelor's, but you're not getting paid even fucking $20 an hour.
That's how it was when I was teaching.
It's so fucking stupid. Well, that's
I had a master's and I was getting paid.
Ton of the teachers
Probably not
I
even
know
that.
is like so gross how much teachers put out of their own pocket.
Yeah.
And like my friends, like I would say out of 10 people I know that went into teaching, one of them is teaching, and she's literally only still finishing teaching because she's at public school and she's doing that 10-year plan.
Oh, yeah.
And she's in her last year, and then who's in office now is trying to cancel that. And I was like, dude, if I got fucked on that where she did a master's program and then you're in your like 10th year where it should be forgiven and they're going to cancel it, I'm like, I would burn the whole fucking thing. I'm like, she's went through hell going through, because she's in Minneapolis, all right? So imagine you're 5 years into it and fucking George Floyd happens, the pandemic, this, that, like everything that's going on. And then now with all the like ICE occupation.
Yeah.
And her school is like around the corner from where the George Floyd shit happened. And it's during the pandemic and everything else. And I'm like, could you fucking imagine the hell she's been through trying to get out of that?
I don't want to say this on air, but that's what a steam fitter makes, and our new contract
Yeah.
is that.
It's crazy. I wish I fucking.
But I'm
went
just a
into,
scumbag.
I
that
wish I
wears
went into
helmet.
plumbing, dude.
I'm a
Could you
scumbag that
imagine-
wears yellow to work, so I must be an idiot, right?
Yeah,
And like,
it's crazy.
yeah,
That like I think about all the dudes that I know that went into auto too with the auto industry, where like you still kind of get screwed now compared to like 15, 20 years ago, but still they're like making way more money and your retirement's so much better. And I'm like, man,
the UAW is losing a lot of power because of automation.
Getting fucked. Yeah, it's getting fucked.
But unionized skilled trades, you make
Dude.
good money.
Yeah.
I mean, like
this is what a fucking nurse like. That's like some nurses don't even make that.
By the way, that's
And it's
just
like-
what's on my check.
Yeah.
I have
That's not any
full
bonuses
insurance
or anything.
No, my
Yeah.
total package is
It's crazy.
My total package is double that, and that includes my total package is double
It's
that an
wild.
hour, and
Yeah.
that is my retirement, my
Right. You
my
have a
benefits.
full 401k IRA,
Yeah.
all the shit,
Yeah.
plus all your benefit. Like,
right.
it's wild. I
Trades
wish I
are where
went,
it's at.
if I went into like government work too, that's the other thing of like working for any kind of government thing that I was looking in. I actually applied for a job with the FDA, and that would have been sick, but this is literally before the second term happened that I interviewed, had a really good interview in December, and then January hits and they fuck everything in the government. Is like all these jobs are cut, and everyone who hasn't been in it like longer than, it was like 3 or 5 years, all the new hires got cut. And they're like, we're gonna call you back, we really like you, da, 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 da. This would have been a really cool job because it was working like farm animal shit for the FDA. And then I just never get a call back, and I'm like, motherfucker, like that would have been a sick job because the benefits and like
Benefits are amazing at a government job.
Crazy.
The pay is
The pay was like actually pretty solid too.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, because it was a field position. So
Okay.
being out in the field, you made more money than a desk job.
yeah.
And I'm like, I can't sit at a desk. I think I would go insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit at a desk. It's just like the last like 17 years I worked vet med where you're like up and about the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
It's
thing.
wild.
Like, like it's right now. It's like trendy to be like go blue collar, but I don't think that people really understand what a skilled
I don't think a lot of
trades
people
is.
understand how labor intensive it is because that was like my brother as a kid, like a young kid, started working in an auto shop and doing that bust ass work, like literally break knuckle work all day, busting your ass, fucking up your body, inhaling weird shit. Like you're gonna deal with the fallout when you get out of it. But he ended up getting out of it, and now he's doing HVAC, which is like really lucrative. But I'm like, that's some bust ass work when he's like up on a roof and it's fucking -4 and windy. And it's like they push the trades now, but it's like you really need to have the personality to do it too, like the temperament and the stick-to-itiveness. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Like you need to
The
have
grit.
it. You need to have it in you to do it because
Is he
there's
union?
no,
Okay.
they work. It's him and his buddy have their like own business that they ended up going out through. But it's
Okay.
like
They own the
you-
company. Your
yeah,
brother?
his buddy owns it, and then he works for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he ever gets
but-
sick of his buddy, give him
Yeah.
my information. I'll
Yeah.
get him in the union
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, but he like.
because my union is a heating and cooling.
Oh yeah,
union,
okay,
basically.
that makes sense.
So
Yeah,
there's
because he does like a lot of his shit's doing like duct work and different things instead of just like people always think HVAC. They're like, oh, you're just working on like furnaces and AC units, and it's like no, they're like going into a building and like putting the whole fucking system in, and people don't think about all that going into it, but.
yeah.
Yeah. It's such a crazy thing, but I'm like, you really do need to have it in your temperament and be like tough enough to do it. It's not an easy thing. I don't know. It's such a funny time. It's a weird thing to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of me and my uncle have had a very similar run-in
Yeah.
with somebody where he his wife was in the medical field, but she's
Yeah.
like a medical biller. Right? It's like a fucking.
But you're
whatever.
not like
You're like a $20 an hour employee, right? and
that's such a funny thing to say medical field, but like I don't want to shit on anyone
I'm
who's
in the
in
medical
billing
field.
and coding, whatever, but it's like you're not nursing, you're like it
yeah, but
Yeah.
so they're having this conversation,
Yeah.
and I have a similar run-in. So
Uh-huh.
he's having this conversation with like a school employee, and she's like, "Oh, you're in the medical field." She's like, "Yeah, I do this," and then she's like, "And then what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm in construction." She goes, "Oh," And she was like
Don't
dismissive.
fucking do that.
And he was like laughing. He's like, oh, fucking making 200
Do you know how much I made? Yeah.
as a general foreman or whatever.
Dude,
like, oh,
we
yeah,
have this
I'm
group
suffering
chat.
over here.
We have this group chat, and one of the other broads that's with one of the dudes in our friend group literally posts this picture that's like, don't touch wet door jam. And she's like, this guy doesn't even know how to fucking spell. And I was like, it's spelled right. And I'm like, she's a nurse and she thinks she could just like shit on this dude who's like a fucking union painter at the hospital. I was like, this dude makes more money an hour than you do, and he didn't flunk out of nursing school. Like, why are you going to be like that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he fucking spelled it right. Like, you literally are on your phone and you could have Googled it, but you'd rather be a bitch.
Right.
It's such a fucking crazy thing to have. And I called it out right away. And I was like, yeah, it's fucking spelled right. Like, you could have just Googled it.
Right.
But you'd rather be an asshole.
And try to be this like elitist.
Oh, that shit. I wanted to. This broad's problem.
But there's
I'm
like a.
Don't be a fucking dick.
There is this like culture of like, yay blue collar, but it's almost like a. I don't want to say dismissive, but it's almost like we're proud of you from afar, and it's like, hey, fuck off, like
come put my patio in, but then fuck off. Like, it's such a weird.
But like it's almost like it's necessary, yay, from like a bunch of people that live in these HOA neighborhoods. But like what they're refusing to accept is that like you have to be an intelligent person to build shit for a living.
Oh, I love when
especially
people,
like mechanical systems. Like, we're doing huge, complicated, multi-million-dollar projects.
Literally,
that
when
take
you're working
years.
for like one of the big three in that, where you're putting in all these things that are like, you want your car to be fucking built right, and you won't crash and die in a fire. Like,
Well, I mean, like
it's so fucking
as
crazy.
a pipe fitter, a steam fitter, like we'll do everything from like a weld water system where there's 30-inch diameter pipe that we're welding that is circulating chilled water throughout an entire plant to keep everything functioning.
So nothing's overheating.
But also we'll also build paint lines that have to be technically perfect. Otherwise, your paint is going to be fucked up on $100,000 vehicles.
Yeah.
I mean, and then also we have HVAC systems where the refrigerant is at hundreds of pounds inside these
PSI,
pipes.
Where like people don't understand it. Like, this is gonna go off like a fucking nuke.
If we do our job poorly, it could kill people.
Yikes! Yeah, that's crazy.
But also has to be so perfectly balanced.
Yeah,
like people don't understand
it just kills.
how
That's
difficult
like people thinking
the work actually is.
My mom's family, like a lot of my mom's family, is down in Missouri, and they're all farmers. And people always think that farmers are dumb. Like, there's this weird thing of thinking that farmers are idiots, and I'm like, no, these people are like planning $100,000 crop feature, like what's going to happen with this, and have to do like actual genetic research and doing things and like figuring this plan out and rotating crops and doing all this shit that they're like, oh, farmers are just fucking dumb hicks, whatever.
They're not.
Like,
they're some of the most resourceful people on
like,
earth.
Yeah, they literally have like seed libraries and no fucking genetic engineering and all this different stuff. Is like animal husbandry and everything else that they do. And it's
but not only that, but the engineering that they have to do to make things work at a budget that
and all the machines that they're fucking with, where they're working on all their own giant machines. We're like, oh, this like corn husker and all these other crazy machines that they own, and they have to invest $120,000 on one thing that picks soybeans and whatever. Like, it's just crazy. It's just so fucking weird to me when people have that attitude.
Yeah. Farmers are brilliant. There's two.
It's so wild.
There's two things that I think everybody should have to watch. There's a series by a YouTuber named Smarter. He goes by Smarter Every Day.
I like that guy as a character. Yeah,
we
watch him with all his like guns and shit because he does. We were into slow mo guys.
Okay,
and they do a lot of crossovers.
Yeah,
so like I like that dude.
So Destin's a super good dude.
Yeah.
Well, so he has a series that basically is like, farmers are brilliant and here's why. And so he does a series of like all of these things that farmers have invented or that they do that is absolutely on an engineering level
amazing.
Is a marvel.
Yeah.
But also there's a series, Clarkston's Farm, on Amazon Prime. So
I don't know that one.
Jeremy Clarkston from the British Top Gear, He's the big goofy
Oh,
fucker.
they're a hoot. Yeah, those
So-
3 dudes on Top Gear are
Yeah.
fucking riot. All right, so Jeremy Clarkson, I know.
So Jeremy Clarkson
Yeah.
bought a farm, and when Top Gear and the Grand Tour ended, he was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to retire to this farm that I bought.
Oh, that's cool.
The guy that was
Yeah.
running the farm retires because he's been running it for like 40 years.
Yeah.
He retires, and Jeremy goes, I think I want to learn how to run it. And it's like basically him being a 60-year-old apprentice of trying to
Figuring
figure out how to
out.
run his own 1,000-acre farm.
Yeah.
But you see how much shit farmers go
Every
through
day.
just trying to survive.
You never get a break.
Governmental
Every
red
day.
tape.
Oh,
governmental
in
red
the
tape.
U.S. is like 10 times more of a nightmare and how they fuck farmers over constantly.
Yeah. Actually, because of this, I was trying to get a farmer named Elsie Scramlin on. He's the head of, I don't remember, the 4-H organization or something. Like he's
That'd be
like
cool.
the guy.
Yeah, like
and
the local
it just felt-
chapter.
Well,
That'd be
no,
cool.
like he's like the Oakland County like head
Oh,
of like this
cool.
organization. That, but
Yeah.
he owns Scramlin Feeds. But he's one of the last active Oakland County farms.
Farmer.
He's been farming in Oakland County
It's a
since the
historical
60s.
farm with their family, or is he just
He
started it?
he went to Michigan State, graduated, and started a
That'd
farm
be
in the
cool.
60s
Wow.
or 70s, and then he's been actively farming for 50 or 60 years in Oakland County. And I was supposed to have him on the podcast. I gotta reach
get
back
back
out to
to
him
him.
because
Now,
there's so
before
much.
he gets his shit going, get him in here soon.
Yeah.
Before he gets everything going, because then he's gonna be too busy.
Right.
But that'd be cool. That'd be a cool person to talk to.
There's
That's
so
like
much shit that we
yeah.
have Wojo coming, the owner of Wojo coming on, and we have a few like people who are trying to make it in the world of growing food or flowers or whatever. Coming on.
When I went to Wayne State, they had this initiative of like converting a bunch of the like fucked up, burned out houses and stuff, where they were clearing out those and making it into farmland in Detroit. And they had a really cool program going on because they do some research and some stuff, botany stuff at Wayne. And they had a bunch of those people who were running farms, and then they'd have like every Wednesday they'd have a farmer's market on campus. And if you were a student, they would give you this sheet of coupons that you'd buy for like $5, but then you get like $20 worth of fresh produce. And I'm like, what a cool thing that they were working on. And it like kind of petered off, but like during the pandemic fucked everything up. But I'm like, it's really cool that they were working on this. And then they have all these spots that'd be like, oh, this would just be a bunch of burned out shit houses, but they clear it out and make it into farmland. And that's still going on. Just that program, I think, kind of petered out at Wayne. But I'm like, it's cool that they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
Because especially like urban areas like that, you get into like a food desert. You guys know about all this stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
But that food desert situation where it's like the only things around are kind of like party
liquor stores
and
or
liquor
Dollar Generals.
Yeah, and that's not real food. That's not produce, like fresh produce. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's cool that they were getting that cooking downtown. So.
Yeah, we reached out to. There's like a main guy who's like running this, and he's. I reached out to him trying to get him on. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna look this up because I don't want to fuck this up.
How are you gonna look that one up?
If you talk to him or something, or what program he's running.
ChatGPTing.
Tyson Gersh is the co-founder of the Michigan Urban Farming Initiative.
Nice, yep.
So I reached out to him to try
nice.
to get him on the
That'd be
podcast.
cool.
He hasn't got back to me yet.
Yeah.
But I want to talk to that
I'm sure
guy
that's
because
somebody like super busy, but yeah.
yeah.
that'd
Oh,
be
for
cool.
sure. But
Yeah.
but yeah, the idea that you're taking these decrepit, dangerous buildings, you're getting rid of them, and then
Yeah.
you're turning them to something that is community building and
teaching people. Like, I was lucky that my dad is such a good teacher of planting and knowing how to garden and like fixing shit. And I'm like so lucky that I had a dad that didn't like princess me into not knowing how to fucking do anything.
yeah.
Because I can fix a lot of shit in the house. Like, we just changed our garbage disposal, and like I had to rewire it and put it all back in, and then changing the faucet and just different shit when you're a homeowner that it's like, I'm so glad I know how to do this and didn't have to pay somebody to fix this for me. But that's too many people. I think like a lot of people don't even know how to fucking like plant anything like don't know anything about doing any kind of gardening, especially food crop gardening is like such a different thing. But it's like, I know so many people that don't know how to cook or do anything either.
I know.
And
It's
like
so weird, isn't
sad
it?
to me that their parents didn't teach them or take time to show them how to do stuff.
Yeah. See, I chose to learn all this stuff myself, and like,
It's especially if you were coming out of that kind of chaos where like they didn't do any of that.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I got some like fake bro science versions of like
but-
how to fix stuff from my dad, and then I had to like learn the real ways to do stuff. But like, I would like sarcastically, like Paige would be like, "Hey, do you know how to?" And I'm like, "I know how to do everything." Like, just I'm not kidding. Like, I'm kind of not kidding, but I am kidding. Like,
Yeah.
She's like, "Do you know how to fix?" I'm like, "Yes." Like before you
Yeah.
even finish that sentence, yes. And
Yeah.
I think she kind of thought I was a bullshitter, and then we bought a house that was a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and we turned it into a 4-bedroom, 2 bath.
Adding a whole
So
thing.
I
is
remodeled the
crazy.
basement and like put in a bathroom, put in a master bedroom, rewired everything. Like,
Yeah.
And I think that was, I don't know, I'm kind of speaking for you, but I feel like that,
What's new?
huh?
I said, what's new?
She's gotten to say about 5 words this whole episode
She-
between me being a loudmouth and
She's
you.
just warming up that seat every podcast. She doesn't even talk.
She's
This
just
one, I feel like
hanging
I've
deep.
talked the least amount
She's
in.
hanging. But that it's funny how many people like it just bums me out because it was a friend of ours. He was moving to Austin, and I was like, well, we were trying to get this cooking show going. That like he's a comic, Ronnie Rohrbeck. That like you guys were talking about like people being on Kill Tony, getting on Kill Tony, and I'm like Ronnie had like the second longest interview of anyone on Kill Tony, and we were trying to get a cooking show going because his parents never taught him how to cook anything. All right. And I go over and I'm like, oh, this and that about the sink. I'm like, it's a bachelor pad. I'm like, need to fucking clean the kitchen. I got to get some of these dishes out of here, do dishes. And I go to hit the garbage disposal. It doesn't go. And I was like, something's in there. It's probably a bottle cap or whatever. I'm like, do you have, like, you know where the button is? And I was like, did you hit the button? He's like, button? What button? I'm like, there's a button on it to reset it. And he's like, and I'm like, all right, well, I hit the button, doesn't go. I'm like, do you have the key? Key?
To spin it.
I was like, there's an Allen wrench and all this shit. And he's like, you're like my dad and my mom. Like,
Yeah.
we got everything going. But I'm like, man, it's so funny. And like, there's a sad part of it to me, though, that people didn't take that time to like help their kid in
For sure,
home ownership and like just knowing how to take care of yourself and not get screwed over. Because I was like, I never really fucked with plumbing stuff. We had some big, like, our house is old. It was built in 41. We're in Redford, and, like, our old-ass house had, like, some plumbing issues because of, like, roots and shit. My friend's brother comes, and he's going to give us a deal. That was not a fucking deal. We ended up going and buying, like, this industrial snake to start doing it ourselves because it's, like, we're actually due for it. I'm going to knock on this. We're actually due for one, but I'm like, every spring we have to do this. And I'm like, man, like, you just get screwed over so bad by people sometimes that, like, take advantage of your ignorance.
Yeah.
That, like, that's something you can, like, instill in your kids to know how to do some shit. Like, you can't do like I said, electricity shit. I'm not into it. I rewired the garbage disposal to, like, cut the plug off and have it on an actual switch. And I'm like, I can look at what they did before and do it. But I'm like, I don't want to fuck with any of this really too much. But yeah, I don't know. That's such a funny thing to know. But that's wild. Putting a whole other bedroom and rewiring all that. I'm like, oh, I don't
Yeah.
I don't want to play with that.
Nothing about building anything scares
No.
me.
Oh my gosh, no.
You know, I did apartment maintenance for like 7 years, and then I got
You learned a lot of shit on the fly because that's all like
I googled everything.
fixing shit.
I didn't know anything when I started. I didn't know anything, and then and then I get a work order. It's like, hey, my garbage disposal
fucked
doesn't
up.
work.
This
I had
isn't doing this.
to learn all of that.
Dude, YouTube is such an amazing resource.
I spent
of,
so
like,
much time
learning.
listening to YouTube videos quietly in someone's apartment,
Yeah.
trying to learn how to fix a hot water tank or whatever.
Yeah, you have to go in like, I know what I'll get a light in here. Look at it.
But now I'm like, I can confidently fix every fucking thing.
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
everything in
Yeah.
the house.
I think if you had like just even the most minimal amount of resources of like my dad would be like, watch, I'm changing this light switch. Like, come watch this. And he's like doing it hot. I'm like, dog, like, are you fucking with me? But just having any of that little nip of knowledge, and then you can go on YouTube and like watch it and just build off of that. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
so lucky that he was good about doing that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anyone should be afraid to dive into stuff. I mean, that's like I
Make
I
sure
do
you
a
turn the
vegetable
power
garden.
off.
Yeah, you're right. You got to do everything safe for sure.
Yeah.
Turn off the source of the energy.
Our house is crazy because the dude, like before the guy left, we bought it from like this 90-year-old dude, and he'd lived there since like 1960, whatever. And they, in the last like 5 years of him living there, he put a fuse box in. Not a fucking circuit breaker box, like actual fucking fuses. So we buy it and we're looking at this thing like, what? Like,
You got to get real glass fuses.
well,
to
they had
fucking
like
replace?
a whole, luckily he left like a rack of them there, but I'm like, man, like trying to explain to people, we're like, it's a fuse box. And we just changed our homeowners, and the homeowners was like, you have to change out this fuse box. And I'm like, it's less than 15 years old. Like, this is a new box that the dude put in. And they're like, no, you have to change it. I'm like, that costs double what the entire homeowner's policy costs. Like, we're not going to go with you because we're not changing it. Like, that's crazy to get an electrician to come out and change it.
Yeah.
Because we had it quoted, and it was like some insane amount of money when we bought the house. So I can't even imagine how much money it would be now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, we aren't playing that.
Just change it yourself. You have a main. You have a main.
But you have to
breaker?
like have them come out and turn the power off outside and do all this shit for it. I'm like, it's not like
You don't have a main breaker in the house.
it's not gonna be like you have to like literally have the electric company come out and like turn off your power coming in and then fuck with it. And I'm like, I don't fuck with electricity.
Yeah.
I'll change the socket. I'll change the garbage disposal. But I mean, something that has like how many? I don't even know what's coming into the house. What's coming into the house is fucking crazy amount of juice.
Yeah. It's enough to kill you. It doesn't take very much to kill you.
Nope.
Yeah.
You don't need that many amps to fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Dude, on that note, we're at like 3.5
I know,
hours.
I know. We could talk for a long time, and I like really need to take a leak too. So we should wrap it up on some happy notes. We covered a lot of weird stuff. We unpacked some things. We cried a little. We laughed a lot.
You almost got one to fall out of my eyelids. It was
Dude,
real
I
close.
like
It was
had
really
real
close.
tears. I had to get a tissue. I had like real tears. That fucked me up. The 9-year-old saying that, man, that fucking like hurt my heart. That broke
Yeah.
me. But happy shit. Let me tell you a good. I said this earlier in the episode that I was going to tell you a story of Attell being the biggest sweetheart, and this is one of my plugs. So to lead into wrapping up and doing my plugs, and we were in New York in August. How I said I went on all that fake Kill Tony on Legion of Skanks and whatever. The night before that, I'm thinking that's going to be the last time we're seeing Attell. And Nick and I have seen Attell. This is probably like our 27th time seeing him. He knows us. He knows my name. He knows I do comedy. And we're outside, and he's like, you coming tomorrow? And I'm like, no, Dave, like, tomorrow we're going to whatever. We're doing a different show tomorrow, and we aren't going to see you. So I'll catch you next time, or I'll see you. We were going to go to Skankfest. I was like, I'll see you at Skankfest, whatever. And he's like, all right, keep doing it, kid. And like pats my shoulder, and he's like, how about next time I'm in town, you can do some guest spots. So
Holy shit.
that is happening, and he's going to be at Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle April 30th through May 2nd. And I don't know what days I'm doing it, but I'm going to be doing some guest spots with Attell, which is absolutely fucking
Holy shit.
crazy. Like, saying it out loud is still surreal,
Yeah.
but he's literally like the nicest fucking dude
fucking
ever.
wild.
And he's so sweet and awesome and like looks out for people like that. So shout out Dave Attell for being an absolute gem of a human being. You guys should go see Attell. There's a bunch of shows coming up. Like Mark Norman's going to be there. Ryan Long's going to be there. You guys got to check out the calendar. There's so many good shows coming up at Ridley's.
Matt's showcase this Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, you won't have this out yet, right? Are you going to have
I
it out
will
in
not
time?
have it in time. No.
What is your showcase? The 101 class? Or
The
you doing?
101, yeah.
Oh, I'm glad that you did it.
Yeah.
Okay, because we talked about it a while ago. I
We
didn't
did,
know if
yep.
you were going to do it or not. I haven't seen you in a minute either, but
Yeah.
isn't Bill the best?
He's a character, dude. I
Bill
like him
is.
a lot.
I've known Bill for like a decade, so I knew him quite a while outside of comedy, and he is genuinely the sweetest, like most paternal, nice person, and genuine, just so genuine, and really wants you to do well, and really wants to help you.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people, I think that it's like not genuine, and I'm like, no, Bill is like fucking awesome,
Dude, he made me laugh because of support. Like I went up to do a part of my set that we were running through during the class. And I had this joke about I have this joke where I'm like, she shows up and it's an Ozempic joke. I'm like, she shows up, all of a sudden she has this fucking hip bone V thing. Like Brad Pitt had in Fight Club,
The cum gutters.
Yeah. Well, I don't say that because everyone knows that, and I'm not doing that. But so I go, she's got this shit. She's got the hip bone V thing that Brad Pitt had in Fight Club.
Yeah.
Those fucking meaty slides that made my heterosexuality a slippery slope, and he just goes, yes, from the back of the room. It's just made me.
I love Bill to death.
Oh, dude, it made me laugh so
lucky.
hard.
Yeah, that's how I got into comedy, was knowing Bill, because his sister-in-law is my friend, all right? So I meet Bill at a couple of her birthdays and stuff, and he's like, he knew Nick and I from us going to Ridley's all the time. Like, he recognized us. I'm recognizable in my voice and my, you guys know me. I'm recognizable. So he's like, I know you. And I'm like, well, we come to Ridley's all the time, and we start talking about comedy and stuff. And he's like, you have to do the class. You have to do the class. And I was finishing my bachelor's, and I was like, I can't. I'm like barely squeaking by because I just can't focus on anything. I'm working. I was like, I have to graduate, and then we'll talk. Whatever. Long story boring. It's like I graduate in May of 23. In September of 23, I get this message that's like, somebody paid for people to take my class, be here at 10:30 on Saturday. And I was like, you got me. I fucking can't say no to that. Like, that's crazy. How lucky. So I was like, all right, dude, see you Saturday. And that's where we are 2.5 years later. Yeah. Like, I have to shout out Bill for just being so thoughtful and like really being cool and trying to push me to do it because he knew that I wanted to.
That's why he charged me double.
Yeah, he's like, another white guy is paying double. But yeah, I just got really lucky timing wise that it was that, and like, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have had the extra money or anything to do it. Like, Fat Man doesn't pay too nice. So I never invest money in myself like that. I have too many like animals and crazy shit going on all the time. So I never would have done it. So I was super grateful to Bill for being like, really being good towards me and being like really supportive and just pushing me to do different stuff that I would like never. Because that was when I took the class. I never did an open mic. I didn't do anything. I did the classes, and then my graduation was the first time ever doing stand-up comedy.
Doing the showcase.
Dude,
with like 100 people there.
Just like fucking raw dog it. And we had 100, it was over 150 people because one of the guys in the class, it was his work party, some kind of work party. So he brings like 75 people.
Holy shit.
They were already drinking before they got there.
Oh, man.
And I went third after the host. So I'm like fourth in the lineup. Perfect spot. Great, like, not to like toot my own horn, but I had a good time. I did well.
Yeah.
Have a great set for never doing it and literally doing it for the first time, and have like people coming up to me and talking to me and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I've been chasing the dragon ever since. Yeah. That's the thing. So then I go from that Wednesday. That's a Wednesday. Great time. Go into Saturday, there was Clawson. There was a place that was called Detroit Burger Bar in Clawson, and Paulie Pepitone would host this. Paul Pepitone, that hosts New Way, shout him out. Love Paulie. Host this. Eat shit for 10 minutes straight at this, where it's like a sports bar where like Gary was talking about this and that. Like, they turn off the game to like have people come tell dick and fart and pussy jokes, and like no one's listening. And I'm like, dude, if that was the first time I ever did it, I would have never done it again.
Yeah. Oh, if I did the Berkeley Legion for the first time ever, I would have never done comedy again.
That was a tough room for me when I came that night, that I'm like, even the hosts aren't listening. Like, there's 4 people, and there's like that older couple. I have to shout out that dude. The old dude was listening, and I was like, this is my biggest fan. I love this guy. But I'm like, thank God someone smiled at me.
Right.
But you'll have that. You got to go through a lot of those. I still feel that way sometimes.
I kind of like eating shit because it like shows you where the faults in your writing is.
You literally have to do that so many times. And I still every once in a while get hung up where I'll have someone stonewalling me that's sitting up front, and I'm like,
I'm gonna get all you, motherfucker.
Fucked up, but you can't. Yeah. You don't even crack a smile out of them. And I'm like, dude, that just like hurts my soul. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you're going to have people like that. You're the stonewaller. I have my one friend that we go to comedy shows with, him and his wife a lot, and he's like this big, huge guy with a big beard and long hair, and he'll sit like this. And he's smiling, but he's not laughing out loud. But I'm like, no, Dan is like one of the biggest fucking comedy fans, is like internally laughing, and he'll go up and be like, "You fucking killed," da 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 da. And I'm like,
Why didn't you
can't you
laugh?
fucking like express it outwardly? Dude?
How
you're
I
already
am.
like
Right.
you're already a giant man with a giant beard and menacing as fuck, and you want to sit up front, and then you don't even laugh. Like, he's had so many people call him out when we're all together because I'm a lunatic. Like, you get me going and I'm cackling, and
Yeah.
then you have Dan just sitting with us. It's like, like, we've had so many people call him out or call me out because I'm insane, and if I get going, it's a whole thing. But yeah. What else? You have your showcase. This won't come out. You have anything else going on that you were talking about?
Just the showcase.
Oh, that'll be
I'm
fun.
just doing
That's
the mics.
this Tuesday coming up.
It's doing, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
get on some mics. Get the showcase is nice, and you'll get other stuff from that. And then the nice thing is usually they invite you back as like a alumni, and you'll get to be on other showcases where they can't like fill up the whole show. Like, the class was small, so I've done like 5 of those where I've been invited back to be on either like the 101 graduation that wasn't full or like a advanced graduation that wasn't full. When will you drop this?
Probably next Friday.
Okay. I have
Maybe the following Monday.
It's weird because you'll have these phases where you have nothing, and then in like a month and a half you'll have like 6 shows, and like once
Right.
you're getting into it more and you're getting booked and stuff, it's just funny. You'll have nothing. Like, all of like January, February, I didn't really have anything, and then I had a couple shows. But coming up April 18th, I have Monty's Pub in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The 22nd, Cat Cafe in Ferndale, Michigan. We're doing a cat fundraiser. All the money from tickets, all the proceeds go to the cats. We did one at Detroit Shipping Company. Shout out Alessia Fionda, coordinated all this, and they raised like $1,900 for the Detroit Alley Cats. And that was a super, super fun show. So I expect this one to be really fun. Heavy Flow, April 24th, is going to be at the Independent Comedy Club. You need to come out there. You need to come to some of the mics out
I
there.
gotta
Those
do
are
the
fun.
Independent.
The Heckle Mic, the shit show, is like my favorite training ground for chaos. I can't tell new comics enough to like go to the crazy shows. Go get in those heckle and like get harassed and get talked to. And
Yeah, maybe
that, like,
Logan will actually hang out with me if I go out to Hamtramck.
it makes you.
That fucking dweeb. I can't get him to hang out with me.
Which one?
Logan Monson.
Oh, okay. You're friends with him.
I love Logan.
I didn't know you were friends with him.
Can't get him
That's
to
funny.
fucking hang out for shit.
Him and his girl are there a lot because they do a lot of the shows at the Black Box and stuff.
Yeah.
So she has a show coming up. I think it's like the end of April. She's going to be on some show at the Black Box. So I bet you they'll be around a lot more.
Right on.
Skylar does comedy too, but they both, like, he was doing it for a minute and then he kind of just disappeared, but he's been doing more stuff where he's been doing like plays and things.
Yeah.
And more improv. I don't know. That's all I got. Attell is going to be fucking crazy. I'm so bad about not tooting my own horn or promoting myself, but also I don't care what day I'm going. You don't need to come see me. If you've never seen Attell live, please, please, please go grab tickets. They added the Thursday, which was like the April 30th show. I bet you the other Friday, Saturday, both shows are probably sold out, or maybe there's a couple tickets left, but that Thursday is going to sell out quick. Last time he was in town, he added a Thursday, added a Sunday, and all that sold out. So if you guys don't have tickets,
I fucking love Attell.
you have to see him
I've been
live.
I've been a fan since I saw him get
I
yelled
know.
at by his cop buddy on Insomniac for
Well,
throwing a
that's-
cigarette on the ground.
Dude, I like Insomniac's one of my comfort shows. So like a few months ago, Nick and I both had the flu, and we just like laid around like slugs and watched all of Insomniac. And like the other day, I was like cleaning the house and stuff, and just put it on as like background comfort show to laugh at. But I'm like, have you seen him before?
I haven't seen him live.
Dude, go
Oh.
right the fuck now and buy tickets. Please go see. I don't care about me doing anything. I'm telling you, you have to go see him because I don't know how much more he's going to be touring. He's touring because he's taking care of his mom, and his mom is in like end stage dementia, and he's paying like $300,000 a year to keep her at home with home care.
Fuck's sake.
So that's why he's still touring. So literally to be able to see him, I know we're so long-winded. Is it like 9 o'clock?
No, I just got a text from
Oh.
Bill, I think.
Oh, I love Bill so much. Shout out Bill Bushart. What a doll. And he's like an amazing comic. He's so much fun to watch work. Have you gotten to see him do his thing?
No, I haven't seen
You
him.
got to go do one of the local shows, like a bar show or something, and you want to watch somebody do crowd work. That's just so fucking fun. And like watching somebody who taught you how to do shit when you see the master work. Like,
Yeah.
Bill is so awesome. I can't say enough nice things about Bill. I just absolutely love Bill. But please go buy tickets to Attell. You love Attell. You have to go see him.
Yeah.
He might not be touring after this. This literally might be like one of his last tours because if he doesn't have to put all that money out for that, I don't know. She's like been in home care for quite a while.
Yeah.
So I would do it. I mean, seeing him at the Cellar is one thing, but seeing him when he does like a whole headliner set,
Yeah.
you got to go.
Yeah.
But I got to go pee.
Yeah,
So
we
we
gotta
gotta
wrap
go.
up.
I won't shut up about comedy stuff. I get cranked, man. You and I have that where we're like huge comedy nerds. So
Yeah.
come to some shows. Check out Ridley's. Check out the Independent. Check out One Night Stands. Check out fucking Kesha's. Everything. Like Metro Detroit has such a wealth of amazing comedy and amazing talent. So
Yeah, and the community
go see
is
live comedy.
incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
Not even remotely
Amazing.
toxic, which
Yeah.
is
Well,
surprising.
you're new.
No. This
I like. You'll figure it out. There's some sociopath motherfuckers around, but
and they're all from Ann Arbor. I'm talking about Metro Detroit.
no, there's some whatever. That's some off the air beef that we could air out. But
Let's get into it. Who's the local
We're not
Mencia?
getting into it.
No, pause
Bye.
it. No. Good night. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you guys. See ya.
Peace.
Purpose is not survival. It's finding purpose in what you love.
I'm pumped to be branching out and being like, hey, we're going to sit down and have a couple-hour podcast.
Is it? Is it, dude? Jesus Christ. You just like talked for 5 minutes. I'm like, is it though? I've always been inspired by this shit.
Dude, that pizza was so greasy.
It was disgusting.
It was not disgusting.
Disgusting.
Good Times Noodle Salad.